All right, it says we're live.
We are live. That's how I do it. So, is there anybody? Is anybody in yet?
Let me turn the sound down. It says one waiting. I think it's just me. I'm logged down on my other computer, so I think I'm the only one watching.
Well, CS will come if he sees it.
That's all
He
right.
didn't know what time. I don't think he knew what time we was going on. He just knew. I think that we probably were going to do something tonight. So
It's all right. But yeah, definitely wanted to get you on a live talk about the great Kansas Jayhawks. They're not number 2, by the way. They're still number 1.
Well, you're saying the new rankings come out and they still number 1?
Yeah, AP top 25.
Well, they're very lucky then. They're very fortunate but they didn't get as many votes this time, did they?
That I don't see. I don't see the men, the coaching votes and all that. I just see it just says AP top 25. I could probably search for a different poll where they show the votes, but I'm just going to scroll down. So UConn's number 5, and then Duke, Baylor is 15. I don't see Indiana on this list.
Yeah. Well, they got a new team. They got a complete new team from scratch, so it's going to take a while for them to work their way back up. But they are 3-0. 3-0.
Okay. Well,
one win at a time. That's what you do. You get a little better each game.
I'm making some predictions, and it's early in the year. I normally don't do this, but UConn's the defending national champs, and a lot of their guys are coming back. They had a young team last year, and they won it all, and they got some guys back. So I think they're going to be tough this year.
I do not think that they can win it again. I don't think they can repeat. I've seen too many great teams that got everybody back, and then 5 or 6 are NBA players, and they couldn't do it. So I don't think they will. I do think that they are a top 25 team. We'll see what happens. Now, last year, you remember they had a stretch where they lost like 5 or 6 in a row.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. The team in the Big East to look out for is St. John's. That one will surprise you by the end of the year. As much as I don't like Pitino, he will have that team ready. There'll be a team to worry about in the tournament. So that's one of them.
St. John's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they've been good for a very, very long time.
He went out and got some great players to transfer in. They just haven't played together yet well, but he'll have them. They got the biggest dude, widest dude inside in the NBA, in the NCAA. So he takes a lot of space up, and he can always get a shot off. So they're going to be good, no doubt about it. And that's one of them I'm watching.
Okay. And in Kansas, you don't think?
I think that they could get to the Final Four. I'm not convinced yet they're going to win it because you don't get behind 14, 15 points to a team like Kentucky and then have to come back and win like that. You don't want to make a habit of that. And they got a tough conference. That conference is very physical. I mean, I think they're going to lose more than you think in their conference. They're sure not going to go undefeated in their conference. That's not going to happen. So they're going to lose.
That's tough to do in any conference because even in the Big East, them teams beat up on each other.
The surprise so far for me really has been the Big Ten. Michigan State is 1-2. And I think Wisconsin is 1-2. And I expected those two teams to be really good. And that's shocking me because I thought Michigan State would win the league, and I thought Wisconsin would finish 4th. And they're losing. So I don't know what to tell you on that. That's shocking because basically Wisconsin is the same team that got to the finals in the NIT last year. So I don't know what's going on there. I do not know. But we'll see what happens with those two. Those two have been – Nebraska technically is in first place in the Big Ten right now. That's only because they're 4-0, which kind of shocks me there too because I just didn't see Nebraska being that great a team. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's wild. I think there's maybe only 4 teams in the Big Ten that still haven't been beaten yet. So I don't know what's going on. Usually the Big Ten does really well preseason, pre-conference, and then they usually have their trouble in the conference, beating each other up. But so
See, that's crazy about Nebraska because they're not even ranked in the top 25.
well, we'll see what they do when they really go up against some pretty decent teams. And I think it's great that Indiana plays Connecticut before they play Kansas. I think that's good. I do think Connecticut is going to beat them, but I think that Indiana will learn a lot from that game and the size they have, the quickness they have, the length they have. They're going to realize, hey, you're going to have to play a lot harder than you're playing now if you're going to beat those types of teams. So I think it actually helps them. A defeat would give them a better chance with Kansas if they get beat by Connecticut.
When does Indiana play UConn?
I think it may be their fifth game. I think it's their fifth game.
So soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think it's Sunday.
Okay.
I guess it's next game because I think it's Sunday.
All right, because Kansas plays UConn on December 1st.
Yep.
And then they play Indiana on the 16th. Now they play a 12:30 game. That's a Saturday. But here's the kicker: I'm going to be on call that day, and Saturdays are usually days that I get service calls that I got to go on. So I'm going to try and catch the game, but I might have to be at work. So I don't know. I'd like to watch the game live on a live stream.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be CBS game of the week or something. So I think it's going to be on regular TV. So
Well, whatever it's on, I'll be able to get it. We get all the sports channels. I don't think Kansas gonna have any problem beating Indiana.
they got Indiana's got some size inside. Experience wise, not as much, but they Renault has an awesome left-handed hook. I mean, the guy don't miss it. You can't block it. It's impossible to block that shot. So, but he may crap his pants because it's on national TV. It's a big game, a lot of pressure. So we don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about Bill Self being paid $58 million or $53 million, something like that?
I think the coaches get paid too much. I think he'll probably have health issues again going into the tournament. And I think if he goes out with health issues, Kansas cannot win the tournament. That's just my opinion on it.
Well, that's what happened to him last year.
They happened another year. He missed.
Or was that? Well, it wasn't 2 years ago because they won the national championship. But last year, yeah, he had that heart attack. Well, they said he did not have a heart attack, but everyone knows he did.
It's stressful. And when you get a $60 million deal, it's even more stressful because you got to win now. You say, oh, man, they're paying me the most ever. I got to beat every coach out there. I'm getting paid the most. So stress builds up on you. The only one I know that probably never let stress bother him was Bob Knight. He didn't care. He didn't care. So, I mean, he was something else. He was a character.
I want to look up Indiana. When was the last time they won a national championship?
87.
Okay, so that was way before I watched college basketball.
But the team in 93, I thought was the best all-around team he ever had. And they would have won that year. They were, I think, favored. But they might have even entered the tournament number one ranked. But Henderson went down, busted his knee up, and he was one of the best rebounders they ever had. And I think he was the all-time leading rebounder in the Big Ten until somebody passed him. I think the guy from Indiana last year passed him. And he was an unbelievable rebounder. And they had, and I tell people, rebounding is important. It's very important. It's critical. and it also affects defense. So, and when he went down, I said, "That's it." Calvert Chaney tried to cover for him. He was playing basically two positions. He worked his butt off. And I felt so bad for him because they didn't win, and they would have if Henderson would have been healthy. I have no doubt they would have won 15, 16 points a game. They would have won by that margin, and they would have won it. But when he went down, I knew they was in big time trouble, and they didn't win. They got beat by who was it that knocked them out of it? Trying to think who it was. They did well. I mean, they barely lost, but I can't remember the team it was. Maybe UCLA that knocked them out.
Could be.
I think it was, and they could have won that game if they would have had. If you put Henderson's numbers in, the rebounds, the points, Indiana won the game. I mean, they would have had the points to do it. So that was tough. That year was a tough year because I really thought that team was the best all around team he ever had.
What year was that?
I think it was 93. They went to the Final Four in 92 and lost to Duke. They had everybody back the next year, and I think everybody just knew Indiana was going to win. And, they play. On the Duke game, all the starters fouled out, and they still were just a 3-pointer away from tying. So, I mean, if the players, regular Indiana players could have stayed in, I think they would have beat Duke that year. And, of course, Duke, I think, went on to win the championship. And they never fouled out. I don't know. I don't think they ever fouled out during the year. I don't think more than one player ever fouled out of a game. And they fouled all 5 starters out. And I'm going, there's no way. There's just no way that should happen. I mean, that goes to show you it was not a well-called game, and that's what killed Indiana. I don't think Knight ever brought that up, but there's no way that should have happened. And, I mean, it didn't happen all year, and I don't think it's ever happened since. I don't know. I can never remember a game since I've been following Indiana, all 5 starters fouled out.
See, I'm looking at the scores. Yeah, so in 92, Duke beat them, like you said, by 3 points. And then 93, Kansas beat them by 6 points.
Yeah, that was it then. Kansas knocked them out, and they would have beat Kansas if they would have had Henderson. So that would have been his 4th championship.
Yeah, he had a knee injury.
And you know what he did? That's what he did. After he had a knee injury, he took medicine, and that's what he did. Reconstructive knee surgery is what he did for a living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think in Atlanta. I think.
Huh. That's cool.
So he's a doctor, surgeon, sports surgeon. I think it's what they technically say.
See, I want to keep scrolling down. I want to get more closer to the 2000s so I could look up their record.
And that's one thing about Knight you got to say. Did he have a temper? Yeah. Did he do things he shouldn't have done? Yeah. But he did make sure they got their degree, and all of them, do really well in life now. I mean, they're CEOs, they own companies, they own chains, they are knee doctors, and probably some were lawyers. And of course, like we need another lawyer, like another hole in the head. But anyway, he did a good job with them. I mean, he really, really valued the education aspect of it. So, and the other guys today, they don't care. They don't care. They want their 35 million or whatever they're getting, and they got to win. The main bottom line is winning. They know to keep their job, they got to win. So that's the way it is. And I bet some of these guys in Indiana today don't even go to one class. It's disgusting.
Oh, they don't. They don't. Well, it looks like my computer froze up. I want to get more closer toward like the 2011 season because there was a game. No, it was 2012, and I believe Indiana played VCU, and I wanted VCU to win, and Indiana won. And I was pissed. Yeah, it looks like my computer froze up. Darn it.
Well, they beat Shaquille O'Neal and LSU. Was it 93? I think it was. And O'Neal said, man, that's a good team. And then I think Henderson, just not too far long before the game with Kansas, it was right before he hurt his knee in practice. And then that was it. But even Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, I think what a force he was. I mean, he was dominant at LSU in the center position. And they had Stanley, which was another 7-footer. They had 2 NBA 7-footers on that team. But then they also had Dale Brown as coach, and he always would find a way to blow it. He had what he called the freak defense. A freak defense, which I don't know what that was, but he called it the freak defense. And against Kentucky once, was it in Louisiana? I think it was. They had Kentucky. They're beating them. They're beating Kentucky by 35 points, second half. How many minutes was left? I listened to that game. I was celebrating because I always like to see Kentucky get destroyed, other than when they're playing Kansas the other night, because I wanted to see Kansas get knocked off number 1 because I'm mean. And so anyway, I was watching. I was saying, put it to them, But instead, I take that back. They were up by 31 points on Kentucky. So they wanted to beat Kentucky by 50 instead of just winning. And they took crazy shots. They didn't take time off the clock. And I'm going, you got to be kidding me. And here comes Kentucky hitting threes and stuff. Or they come back. They end up coming back and beating LSU in regulation. And I'm going, any person has a 31-point lead, second half, less than 10 minutes to go, and you let a team come back and beat you when you're 31 up, you need to be fired the next day. You need to be called and fired that night. Let that happen. Brown would have been gone if I'd have been ahead of athletics there. He'd been gone.
I have to agree.
And that's letting your kids decide what they want to do and not coaching. That's being their friend. You can't be their friend while you're coaching. You can't be their friend. You can be their friend after they graduate to get their degree, and you can help them. But darn, when you're coaching them, you can't be their friend. And that's what Dale Brown did. So,
yes,
Southeast Stacker's here.
So yeah, I was just about to say, what's up, Southeast Stacker? He's up late.
He probably for Florida State or Florida won. Maybe Alabama.
Alabama.
Well, now Alabama's a curious case. They lost 2 of their best players. And, I'm going, how do you make that up? Because they probably were 45% of their offense. But, man, they got some transfers too. So you got to watch his Alabama team. They're not bad. They're not bad. And I'll tell you, Arkansas probably go to Final Four. I mean, I'm looking at all the transfers that came in there, and I'm going, they got 5 transfers that average double figures. It's going. Yeah. And that's the secret. You got to have 5 or 6 players in double figures, because when you do that, you have balanced scoring, and you can't highlight on one player and say, hey, double team. You can't double team anybody. That you can't, and they'll burn you. And that's a key secret to it. So I really like Arkansas's chances. I like them maybe as a Final Four right now. So,
well, I think what's happening, you see it more and more, because what was it last year? Like the number 8 team, wasn't UConn like the number 8 team?
No, coming in, I don't think so. They were turning it back around, and they had that streak where they lost like I think 8 out of 10 games or something like that. So they had gone way down the line. Preseason, they were like in the top 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then they went way down, and it looked like, because I was saying, I was doing my predictions on different things, and I go, what happened to UConn? I'm going, I can't believe that this is happening. I couldn't figure it out. And then they got it back together again, and they knew their spacing was good. They knew where everybody was. They played well together. Everybody contributed, and it became a team again. And they got hot, and they went on in and won it.
Yeah, but weren't they in number 8 though?
An 8 seed?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I don't know if they was that far down. They don't seem like to me maybe a 6.
I think they were up there, but my whole point is that, in 2008, when Kansas won it all, you had all 4 number 1 teams in the Final Four. Last year, all the 1, 2s, and 3s were gone by like the Sweet 16. So I'm thinking that nowadays you're getting these smaller colleges to get the good players because they want to play. They don't want to go to these big schools like the Big East and stuff. I mean, look at Loyola of Chicago. How good they did the one year,
Yeah.
and even VCU. No one even heard of VCU. They were in 2012. They were a playing team, or 2011. 2011, they were a playing team, and they won. And they went all the way to the Final Four.
Well, it's like this. A lot of players now are staying closer to home. That's a fact. And another thing, though, is now you can pay the players.
Right.
So that's going to change that. You're not going to have the parity that you got to, because that's going to change. Because now the best players are going to say, what can you give me? And you take a team like Miami, they can probably, or an Indiana, a Kentucky, a North Carolina, a Kansas, they can buy 3 really good players. They can get the money from their supporters, and they can come up with that money and the companies and all in their area. So they're going to be able to continue to get really high caliber players. I mean, I'm talking out of the top 100 high school players. Those teams are going to get the top 25. So you're going to have them coming in, and now freshmen can be an impact player. It used to be they didn't, but now they come in. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame than years past. I mean, it used to be a freshman came in, they were on the bench, they came in for some minutes, they got some experience, but you didn't play them that much. Today, they're impact, they're starters. So you got that difference in it, and then you've got paying the players and stuff, the difference in it. And by the way, this transfer and stuff, you know what that was for? What that was for is a pretty good player that's on a deep team that doesn't get much time, and then he can say, "Hey, I'm not getting to play here. I want to play," and they set that up so they can transfer and go to the team and play. Well, that's not what they're doing. They go a year here, then they go another college another year, and they go another. You can't get. And by the way, you can't get your degree doing that stuff. There's no way. You can't go to 3 different colleges in 3 years. It don't work. So it's all about playing, but it's all about money and playing and winning. And so you're going to see it go back to the top 8 teams. Going to have Kansas every year there. Indiana it's got a lot of money. They got deep pockets. They can be able to buy players. Kentucky always bought players when it was legal or illegal and legal.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA probably did. I mean, Knight said they did. Knight said that they cheated all along. That's why they won all the championships in the 70s, is because he said they cheated. They were paying players, letting them have cars and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to have UCLA in the mix. You have Indiana. You have Kentucky. You have North Carolina. You'll have Kansas. And they'll be the teams that go every year. And you won't know which 2 of them will make it to the final. They'll have kind of equal chances because they'll be so good. And then and there may be one team that wins back-to-back years, and then they may not. They may have to take a couple of years, and they may be back in the finals in a couple of years. That's where we're going to go back to, and that's what I didn't like. I like the parity. I like what they had now, and now that they're doing this paying business, they're going to do away with that again.
Okay, well, I agree. I agree. I was thinking different, but now that you put it like that,
Now football, football's a little different. You can buy the quarterback, you can buy a great running back. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win, especially with injuries, because in football, you never know when the quarterback's going to tear his arm off, and so it doesn't quite work it's kind of different with football. But, and I have no clue in baseball. I would have no clue how it's affecting baseball. I don't know. Pitchers, I mean, you would go after good pitchers, I guess. But if you have no hitting, you can have the best 4 pitchers in college, and unless they throw a no-hitter every night, you're still probably going to lose. So it's a little bit different with the teams that's got bigger rosters.
Sure.
So, I don't watch much watch basketball. I barely watch football. So he's an Alabama person, but he's not. I can't believe that. Alabama is football. I mean, dead to rights football. You know, I mean, I think they live, breathe, dream football.
It's true.
And then, plus, you haven't even brought this point up. The Big Ten's expanding, and they're going to bring in, I think, UCLA. And what's the other team? Two of the California teams is coming in, and I hate it, but they're going to do it. And talking about a nightmare logistics, gosh. I mean, when they go out there, they got to play both teams when they go because of the time and all the other stuff they got to do, get ready. And I hate that. I really do. They're doing it for football, I think. I think it's more football than basketball. I think they're trying to trying to make the best football league. And I don't think it's going to work. I still think the best football league, that's just my opinion, is the SEC. And I think it'll always be probably the best football league. Big Ten used to compete with them, but it's just not as strong. You got maybe two really good teams. Usually Ohio State, usually Michigan. Penn State used to be, but they're not anymore after all the crap they went through with molestations and all that crap. That's ruined them. But those two is it. But I really think the SEC top to bottom is the best football league. Well,
yeah, you're probably right there. I don't. I haven't watched a single high school college football game this year. I haven't watched one.
Well, I'd rather watch that than pro.
Well, I don't watch any pro at all.
Well, the pros, it's like, I don't know, anti-American. It's almost like and baseball too now. Baseball didn't used to be that way. They used to be most American sport there was. You just weren't allowed to do certain things, even if you wanted to. Now they're doing the same thing football does, basketball does, and NBA to allow China to do all they're doing to their people and lack of rights, and then to go along with it because they don't want to jeopardize all the deals they have. It's just disgusting to me. So,
yeah, I totally agree with you there. Plus, they're way overpaid.
Yeah, well, they may argue any college basketball coach making $65 million is overpaid too. But I don't know. Again, he's just putting the stress on himself. But to get that big contract, he's going to feel like he's got to have the numbers to do it. Now, he has got some good numbers. There's no doubt about it. But there's no way he's going to coach as long as some of the others with his health issues. He's going to have to eventually step down or die. That's what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to die on the sideline. I mean, that's his business.
Well, I don't think he's that old.
Well, to have a heart attack already, though. I mean, you're bound to have another and another.
Heart attack at 40.
Yeah. That ain't good. But he is good. I always said he was. He had some good teams at Illinois. He had Tulsa. He had some good teams at Tulsa, and worked himself up to Kansas. So.
Oh man, I was going to ask you something, and now I've drawn a blank. Oh shoot, I can't remember now. It was going to be a good question too. Well, it looks like I got my computer back, so I'm going to go find that year. I thought it was 2011. So I started watching right around about 95 is when I started watching college basketball, March Madness. And got pretty big into it like right around 2002.
Well, you got to go back and watch the 80 championship games. They're on here. Houston versus North Carolina State. You would love that game. Georgetown versus Villanova, which they beat during the year 3 times, only to have Villanova beat them the 4th time. And that's another rule. Don't ever forget this. I don't care if you're Kansas, North Carolina, Indiana, or Kentucky. when you beat a team 3 times, it is hard as crapola to beat them a 4th time. And they can be a better than average team. Of course, if they make the finals, you're better than average. You can't make the finals unless you're better than average. But if they play them a 4th time, it is nearly impossible to beat a team 4 straight times. It's just hard. And because, I mean, I can tell you the better team was Georgetown, but they could not do what they know, or Villanova just had the best game of their season. But they had played Georgetown so many times, they knew what they was going to do. They knew what they had. It's hard to prepare for a team a 4th time. It just really is. I mean, you go, we did this one time and beat them. We did that one time and beat them. They've seen everything we've done. It just gets hard to do. And that was an excellent game. You got to watch that one. And that was 85. You got to watch what's the other game I was thinking of? Oh, North Carolina versus Georgetown in 82. Where Jordan got the winning shot, but without James Worthy was a man playing amongst boys. He was one of the best college basketball players I've ever seen. A wing player, I mean, he dominated. And if he would have stayed another year, North Carolina would have repeated. I'm convinced of it.
Looks
Mrs.
like
Triple P's here.
Mrs. Triple P. I was on board when she said Rock Chalk Jayhawks, but then she said Go Tar Heels.
Yeah. So, if you want me to say what I think about North Carolina?
Sure.
There's some teams they played they should have just killed, and they didn't. That was another team that got hot a couple years ago. Didn't look like they were going to make the tournament. And matter of fact, I had written them off. I said they've lost too many games. They're not going to, they're not going to be able to win enough to get in. Didn't they have 15 losses? I think they had 14 or 15 losses that year, and then they come on and get hot, and they go all almost all the way. I think they got beat in the finals, didn't they? I think he got beat in the finals, but they got hot. So, but I don't know. North Carolina probably has a chance to do something if they get with more experience and they play better as a team. But they do have the big, what's his name, the 7-foot dude inside, 6'11", 7 foot. I think they still got him. What's his name? Begins with W, I think. She probably knows. And, so you got that dominant player inside. I don't know. Maybe North Carolina can make a run to the Final Four. It's possible.
They won in 2017.
Williams was still coach then, right?
I don't know. And they were the runner-up in 2022.
Yeah, that's the team with the black coach that took over. And it looked like it was a disaster starting off. They looked like they weren't even going to be able to qualify. And then they got in. And then they made that run, got all the way to the finals.
Well, the greatest run, in my opinion, is UConn in 2011. They weren't even supposed to make the tournament. They were terrible. They had Kemba Walker, and they went on a 5-0 run, won the Big East, which got them in the tournament, and then they just won 6 more and won the whole national championship.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, in theory, you could have your 2 best players out with injuries, lose 15, 16 games, get them back for their conference tournament, sweep the conference tournament. That means you got to get in because that's an automatic. Get in and then go on and win because you got your 2 best players back and they're rested. One thing you got to say about it, if you get an injury early, you're rested. You're not tired like the other dudes are, and it's like early in the year for them. So they're like hitting shots, jumping 25 feet in the air, and so there's some truth to that. But it's wide open. It's wide open. I don't think Kansas has a dominant enough team like the teams used to go undefeated or near undefeated. They ain't going to have that kind of team. So it's matchups. If you're an interior playing team, basically, that's where you depend on your scoring and all. If you don't match up, you can be out of it. So, and so many teams are either perimeter or their strengths inside. So anything can go.
You know what Kansas' problem is every year, and this happens every year. They do so good in this regular season, 30-3, or 20-29 and 4, or something like that, and then they make it. They always win that first game, and then in the second round, they lose. They're always usually like a number 1 playing a number 8. Like the one year they lost to Stanford, an Ivy League school. How are you going to let an Ivy League school beat you?
The thing that Ivy League schools do, and they present a problem with a lot of those teams because they slow the game down to one possession. And if you miss a rebound and they get the ball back, they're going to take that clock down all the way down. So it's usually a low-scoring game because they will utilize every second of that clock and try to get their best shooter to get a shot. And if they hit them, let's say they hit 50-55% of their shots, you're going to have a hard time beating that team. And that's what they always try to do. They won't run and gun with you. They don't have the horses to do that. So they will do that. They'll play this, and they're smart. That's why they're going to Ivy League. They see things that they know what's going to happen. They can see it. They're smart kids. I always thought Bob Knight would have been an excellent Ivy League coach because his game was it was much mental. It's physically to play. He did a lot of mental stuff on you, and they would have been. I don't imagine they'd have him. My theory is he would say we're not going to have a Bob Knight in the Ivy League, but he would have been perfect for it because use your intelligence to win, and he has the kids to do it. I mean, what's their GPAs? These kids go there, And by the way, they're going for their education, so hats off to them because they're going there to get a degree. Basketball's secondary to them, so you got to give them credit for that. And they're smart. I mean, they will. You can't make stupid mistakes against them because they won't. They just have to miss shots or miss free throws or maybe physically just can't out-rebound somebody, but that's the only way they're going to lose. So they're always a dangerous team in the second round. That's always. You don't want to face one of them in the second round. You just don't.
Got it. What do you think about Houston?
A surprise. They lost a lot of players. They lost a lot of players. They play street ball. They're physical. They depend on defense. They got a crook for a coach that will lie. Like he's done that many times. Oh, my best player broke his back. He knows he's going to win the first game going away because they're going to get a high seed. Then he played the second game. This guy's back and he's up there doing everything. And wait a minute, I thought his back was broken. Oh, it wasn't as bad as we thought. So Calvin Sampson, he is Kelvin, I guess his name is. He was with Indiana. He took our program down the toilet. He took Oklahoma down the toilet. And before it's over, he'll take Houston down the toilet because the man cheats. And even with paying players, he'll still cheat. He'll be calling players when he's not supposed to. He steals players from other teams. He gets them after they signed and gets them to back out and then come play for him. He is a real crook. He shouldn't have been allowed to coach at Division I anymore. So I'm telling you a little bit about Houston. But they do. They're street ballers, name callers, and that's how they win. They win ugly. Houston wins ugly. That's what they do. They make you miss shots, and then they steal the ball from you and score a lot of fast break type points off turnovers. But if he couldn't win last year with the team he had, they ain't going to win this year.
I didn't even know that they were in the Big 12.
Yeah, they moved. I think it's the first year.
I was going to say it has to be the first year because they were in something else. They weren't in the Big 12.
Well, see, that don't help them either because you're going to go up against Kansas probably twice. You're going to go up against
twice, yeah.
So, and when they're in the league they were in, they really only had Memphis to worry about, maybe. So they didn't have any worries. So they could build up a great record, 30 wins. And then they got this really high seed. And they're not going to get that here. They're going to have trouble because there's brawlers in the Big 12 too. They ain't gonna let them just get by murder there. So I don't believe Houston. They may make the tournament. I don't think they're going to get near as high a seed they had last year. I'll just say that, and I don't think they can win it. No. So.
And what about Baylor?
Overrated incredibly. Who beat them? Let's go look at the record. Someone already beat them. Then somebody already beat them. It was a little dinky team.
Oh, they're 4-0.
Okay. Well, they almost lost. Maybe I had given up on them in one game because they were trailing. Yeah, but they're not there. They're just not. They're not going to be the Baylor team they were in the past. And they're going to take some serious losses. I don't look for them to win it. I just don't think they'll win it. And I don't think they'll go Final Four.
All right. And then what about Dayton?
Well, they won. What was it? Who did they just beat? LSU. I think they beat LSU at LSU, I think you got to watch Dayton. I think you got to watch them. Definitely better than mid-major. They dominate the mid-major schools. So, and they're up and coming. I mean, so matter of fact, didn't the Indiana coach we had think that he come from Dayton to Indiana and then he's back at Dayton? I think that's right.
I don't know.
And man, he's always done well with Dayton. He had the athletes he wanted. He played fast break. He played up and go tempo there. He couldn't do that in Indiana, or he didn't try it in Indiana, which everybody thought he was going to. That's all we talked about. Oh, we'll be we're going to have these athletes. They're going to run up and down the court. It's going to be, like NBA ball. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of up and down, and he never did it at Indiana. I always found that interesting, why he never did.
You're right. They beat LSU.
Yeah, at home at LSU. And LSU is not that easy to beat. I mean, they're decent. They're so.
And they beat St. John's.
Yeah. So I think they're for real. I'm telling you, St. John's is going to be good. He's got only one or two players came back for St. John's, so he's got all these transfers coming in. Some of these great recruits coming in, and they got to play together for a while. But I can tell you, and I don't like Pitino as a person, but he's a proven guy. I mean, his system seems to work. And when it comes later in the year, he's tough out. He's tough. He's tough to beat. Look what he did at Iona. I'm going, Iona had nothing, and he came in, he built that team up. And I think 3 transferred in from his Iona team. And then the ones that couldn't, there wasn't no room, they transferred to New Mexico where his son coaches. So, Baby Pitino, I call him. I call him Pimp Daddy Pitino, and I call his son Baby Pitino.
Well, I'm writing all this down because, well, wait a minute. Constitutional Stackers here.
Yeah. See, nickel YouTubers have the chat on. I'm a YouTuber. I had the chat on. Did or did I not have the chat on talking to Emerald? Did you see that Emerald interview?
I did.
Okay. You think it was all right? I mean, we had connection troubles. I mean, I lost him 3 times pre-show.
Connection troubles. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've seen a couple of those. But other than that, I thought it was a good interview. And I believe, and I wanted to talk to him more. Maybe I'll send him an email or something. But when he said that he believes in the dollar, I liked what he was saying about that.
Oh, well, I think what he was trying to say is the dollar's crap, but it doesn't smell as bad as all the other currencies in the world. I think that's what he was trying to say. Is that not right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's, you got to. So here's the deal: United States has the smartest people ever in the world, and I'm one of these people that, we're buying up all the oil in the desert so that one day all the oil that we have in Alaska and Texas, we have the world's oil reserve. You know what I mean? I think we're trying to drain the desert. Someone knows that, and they're never going to let the dollar or the economy just go to hell. Um, there's so many countries that, like Barbados, they depend on how our dollar does for their dollar. It mirrors it. So, right now, one of our dollars is $1.98 to them. So if our dollar goes up, their dollar goes up. I just don't think that it's. Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as like everyone's saying. I
Well,
don't think that one day it's going to disappear.
they don't want our debt. No countries are bidding on the debt, so we're buying
No,
our own debt back up.
no one
Yeah.
wants that. I mean, but we're also like one of the only countries to not default on it.
Well, it's like it's what the BRICS does, and if they can stay together and stay united, that's one factor. Second factor, I definitely disagree with the oil stuff, and if Constitutional believes I disagree with it. They really do want this electrical stuff. I'm telling you, environment to them is a religion. That's their god, and you're violating their god if you pump 1 ounce of oil out of the ground.
This is
They
the
really
Democrats.
believe this stuff. They really believe this stuff. I'm telling you. And I don't believe for a second they're doing that. I think they just don't really want to use it because they think it hurts the environment. And I really do believe they think that. And so I disagree totally. I just don't think that that's the case. Now Trump, he'll try to get every bit he can out of the ground,
Yeah,
but Democrat, no. They really think they can do this electrical thing. I can't do it, but they think they can. Again, a liberal will jump out of a plane if he thinks it's a good idea and worry about the parachute later. And that's the danger of
that's true.
them. And so I disagree. But I bet old Mr. Constitutional there's hoping because he's got all them stocks in it. He's
In
Mr.
what?
Standard Oil right there. He's Mr. What's the guy from Billy Hillbillies?
Oh, Jethro.
Yeah, he's Jed. He's Jed. Let me tell you a story about Constitutional. So he's the next Clampett. But he ain't gonna move to California. He's gonna move probably out in the Midwest somewhere.
He's gonna move to Ohio.
There's a chance of it.
I told him.
And you can only take so much. I almost said a bad word. You can only take so much of that. And you got to go because you go insane if you don't. So we don't want him going insane.
No, we don't.
So, but no, I don't. I just don't believe that theory. And I didn't hear. Did Emerald say that? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear all that about the oil.
No, not the oil. He was talking about the dollar.
No, yeah. I'm thinking, but yeah. So, no, I think they're nuts. I think the liberals are nuts. I think they don't care if the economy collapses. They don't care. All that. If the economy collapses, guess what that does for a liberal? It gives you more control over people. Because now everybody's dependent on them. They can't survive without them. And then that gives them, hey, you better vote for me, or hey, your kid may starve to death. And test me. They don't care. So that's what I think about the liberals. But I'm dead on the liberals, whereas Constitutional, he sort of is. He kind of leans my way a little bit about the liberals, but most people just don't think that they really would do that stuff. I guarantee you they will. They're crazy. Nuts. Lunatic.
Yeah, sometimes he says some things that are pretty liberal. He's got some liberal friends too on YouTube.
Oh, Simbo.
Yeah, him and Empire.
Oh gosh, yeah. And of course, the bad thing about Empire is he's also called Stormy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll deny he is. I'm not. Oh, I'm kind of like this. That's one issue. You're liberal 99% of the other stuff. But he don't like to be labeled. A lot of people don't like to be labeled. I mean, they'll tell you A through Z what they stand for, and that's liberal B, liberal C, liberal D, liberal E, and then if you say you're a liberal, they get upset. So.
Oh, which video did you put out? Let me see if I think YouTube deleted one of my comments.
Oh, wait. Was this the one we mentioned cigars and I showed the
No, this was your first video you put out. Yeah, see, um, you can't see it on my screen, but so the first video you did tonight with the it says games 3-0, 10-0, locked in a bank vault.
yeah.
It
I wonder
says
if that'll get
there's
any views. You know, people will probably say, "Oh, it's a bank story." I'm trying to get 1,000,000 views with that because you did well with your bank story. Constitution did good with his, so I had to
yeah,
come up with some kind of bank story. So I just thought I'd say that.
yeah,
So,
he copied off of me. Um,
huh?
he copied off of me.
Oh,
But anyways,
well, well, I'll tell you, they probably are holding your comment. I'll have to go look later.
yeah. So I put a comment that said check your email. And it says right here, it says 3 comments, but there's only one from Cranky and your reply. That's it. So where's that third comment?
They do that. They do that to me all the time. I'll have one where it'll say 6 comments or something. I go and look. There's none. Oh, there's one. So yeah, there's some things that when people respond to what I said, they don't like what I said in the first place, and they don't want people responding to it. And I've had a couple do that. I think one I was supposed to have 6, and there's none. I went down and looked, and there's 0. It says 6 comments on but that somebody left 6 comments. I don't see any of them. So yeah, they do that all the time.
Hmm. What I was looking back, you got a lot of views on one of your lives. A lot more than I thought. It was in the hundreds. Oh, 247
On what?
on your ring collection.
Yeah, I know it. I said I didn't think I'd get about 10 views on that. And another one took off. I got 1.2 thousand on it. I go, you got to be kidding me. I said, what did I do on there? What did I do to get 1,200 views? I don't know. I was surprised that my best one's 1,800, and that's the South Carolina women. And I go, why? Why did they watch this? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand it. So
Well, you got to go
yeah,
into the analytics.
I mentioned constitutional, and he said, "Man, he did." He messaged me and said, "Man, that was smart. That was real. That was smart of you to do it that way." He was telling me that, and I go, "What's that?" That's when I said my view is different than his on this, and bam, I guess because I had his name in the title, bam,
Yeah,
And
that one got.
that was back when he wasn't getting many views because they were shadow banning him, and I got views for it.
Yeah, that one got 1.1K with his name.
Joseph Lopez, hello. Bob Bowo, I call him. He's here.
Oh, J-Lo, what's up? Bob.
Yeah, and
Bob's in the house.
Elite's here.
Oh, Elite. Yeah, he
$1.50.
is.
We call him. He calls me 70.25. 79.25. I call him $1.50.
Huh. How far back do your videos go?
Quite a few.
Oldest.
I'm averaging more than one a day.
Oh, 10 months ago?
Yeah.
I didn't watch your channel back then.
Yeah, you don't know what you missed. I've done more than that. I deleted a few because it just was no views. I had like a couple of them had 6. I go, well, that was over the tournament. That was tournament videos I did, and nobody cared. Nobody in the community here cares about college basketball yet.
No, that's not true. I had you didn't watch my channel in March because I did a community challenge.
Uh-oh, look who's here. Double
Oh,
T's.
Tuli. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, like a dog.
So you
Okay.
didn't watch my channel back in March, did you?
I probably didn't.
No, because I put out a challenge. All you had to do was fill out a March Madness bracket and email me a picture of it, and that got you into the running. And like every round, I did an update. You can go back and check my videos. And the winner, who won all March Madness, first round is 1 point, second round is 2 points, third round is 4 points, and then 8 and 16, so on. The winner with the most points won an ounce of silver, and it happened to be Pistol Packing Pastor won it all.
Well, I'll win this next time. I'll make up for
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
And Julie, I tell you, I think her team's Michigan, and I tell you what, they've surprised me. They're 3-0, I believe. 3-0 or 4-0. I thought they'd be like Louisville. I didn't think they'd be able to win anything. And Louisville's 2-1. So I'm going, So I'm getting surprised a little bit.
well, I'm definitely going to do the March Madness Challenge again this year. That was fun. Triple P, Pistol Packing Pilot, Trident. Trying to think. I think I had. I'm just gonna go check my video. I think I had like maybe AG stacking. I think was one of them. They all sent me their brackets, and I just kept track of everyone's points. It was fun.
And y'all do. I guess I'll do the women then, huh?
No, I don't. I don't follow women.
I tell you, the women is coming on, man. They did really well last year. I mean, it was a great Final Four. I mean, it was the best Final Four I've ever seen them have. And of course, if Indiana women are in it this year in the Final Four, it'd be even better because it'd be great to see what they can do. But it was good. I mean, they got great ratings. It was the highest ratings they ever had. So people came to watch, So you got to say hats off. I mean, they've really done a good job developing the basketball the collegiate sports. So
Yeah, I did. It's called giveaway video March Madness style.
I guess I got to give a prize if it's the women. Wonder what I can give. Oh, probably a woman's ring, maybe a nice one. So maybe the women will come. Maybe the women stackers will do that one, or maybe or something. I think I got to come up. I got to come up with a prize for my 500 sub. I guess I'm going to have to do something like that. Do a video on that.
What are you up to? You were at 495 earlier today.
Yep, just 5 away. I think I maybe will do a little gold bar or something.
What happens at 500?
What do you mean? What happens? I get 500.
Well, because you said in your one video, you said I got to hit 500 because more happens to my channel.
Oh, I think don't you get more options to do stuff at 500? I thought you did.
I don't know.
Well, when you got to 1,000, what changed?
You get monetized.
Well, I mean, besides that, can't you do more with your videos and stuff?
Yeah. You can get super chats at 1,000.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna get none of those.
And I think you can do live stream. Well, I think you can do live
And
stream.
I can do a wheel or a name pick. I can do the game stuff, right?
Yeah, you could do that. Because I was doing that early. J-Lo, I don't think Triple P does YouTube anymore.
No, he was on the other day. He did the show with a patriotic.
Yeah, but he doesn't do any videos anymore.
He just last week, I think, did 2 or 3. I thought.
Thule, thank you.
See, if I get to 500, Thule can give me $199.
Yeah.
And she'll say, "I will if you do the chat." That's what she'll say, or be positive. Be positive. That's what I'll get the $199 for.
Let's see.
She ain't saying nothing.
Man, I want to see if Constitutional Stacker can see this. Look at those views. It's on one video. I just thought I'd say that for him. He was supposed to do a gold giveaway.
What's this question? Are you wearing your glasses? When have I ever wore glasses? I don't get that. Am I wearing my glasses? What makes you think that? I might have contacts. I don't have contacts. Actually, I don't even like to get water in my eyes. I'm very sensitive. I got sensitive eyes.
Yeah, I have to wear glasses for distance.
Oh, 109. It's one. I know. It's $1.99 for him. It'd be $199 for me. We know that. You got to move the decimal a little bit.
Is that the middle finger? That's funny. How many views? Yeah, it is. That's what I thought. Who has more views on their channel, me or Constitutional Stacker?
What am I supposed to get? You mean total video, total
Total
views?
views, yeah.
Is this a trick question? You're probably the same or something? One's clearly got a lead over the other.
I don't know. I think he's got more views.
I would think he probably does.
He does because he's got a bigger channel.
Got more subs.
He's got more subs. His videos do way better than mine.
He gives free food to people, other YouTubers that come to where he works. So they go, I'll be it.
That's right. Well, I want to know what happened to all that trash behind his work. What he did with it. There was a massive pile back there.
Oh, that's typically liberal. You know, I see them throwing stuff out of the cars here, and they're supposed to be the environmentalists. You know, and I guarantee you, I do more to save the environment than 99% of the liberals do that talk the smack. But you see the one video where the liberal was saying, "Don't do business with Nike, and they're terrible. They got all these issues." And you look down at her shoes. Guess what brand of shoes she was wearing?
Louis Vuitton.
Nike.
Oh, okay.
And that's terrible. Don't do Nike. Don't buy Nike. But hey, look at my shoes. That's what they do. Don't fly. And then you know how they got to that place to make that statement to say don't fly? They flew. So don't use guns. And then you catch them and they get caught in the airport all the time carrying a handgun.
Yeah.
Not with that attitude. Is she talking to me again? Now, what's my bad attitude? I think I've been very positive in here. Don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right, Elite. She was wearing Nikes after she told everybody not to buy Nikes.
So, back to J-Lo, he says that he heard Triple P is going to do some special live stream for everyone who buys his lady naked stacker rounds. And our shows, you show up to live and made these something special. Yeah, but then he put out that whole video where he's done with YouTube. So I don't know what he's doing.
Well, he would be a good mystery guest because he's the only pilot that I know that's in the community, and I got a lot of questions asking him about that. We probably talk more about that than we would the medals, but
yeah, when I went
I
on,
know he's gold. I know he's gold. I mean, he prefers gold. I already know that. So everybody else does too.
Not me.
You didn't know he preferred gold?
No, I don't prefer gold.
Well, I know you're still all silver. I don't think you have any gold. You don't have any gold, do you?
I have 6 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, you inherited them or you found or something.
Yeah, inherited them. An 1858 $20 gold eagle, and then I got a $2.50. I think it's 1844, and then I got 4 $5. You know, like the one's like an 1892, one's a 1882. That one's in 1844, and so on. But that's it. I had a gold Republic of Chad, um, like King Tut. It was a Scottsdale gold coin, limited mintage. 10,000, and it came in a special plaque with a serial number on it, and I paid $1,200 for it back in 2017. And then I got married in 2019, so I needed the money. I sold it for $1,500, and I was ecstatic because I made like $200 on it. I think I paid like $1,288 or something for it. And if I would have just waited until 2020, the following year, gold went to 2,000, I would have made 700 on it.
I'm sure if you wanted to get silver for those, I guess you want to keep them. But if you didn't and you want to sell them, I'm sure Tully would make a deal with you. I think she'd give silver up for gold.
What's it? The gold coins I have?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get them all graded, but the 1858 I have to get graded because Fish said it's a $7,000 coin. There's only 200 known examples of that coin in the world.
I wonder if she would trade you that much in silver or not. I bet she probably wouldn't. She probably wouldn't if it's graded. If you straight up traded ungraded gold for silver, I bet you would. No, my silver stays. I thought she was all but giving up on silver the way I understood it.
I haven't looked it up in a while. Here's the 1858 O.
I won't trade silver for gold. So I will trade gold for silver, but I won't trade silver for gold. I probably would trade gold for platinum. Probably wouldn't trade gold for palladium.
No, my silver stays, she says.
Yeah. If we were on so late, Cranky would be in here, I'm sure.
Who?
Cranky. He likes Kansas. That's his team. Who's the other one? There's three that's in the community that are Kansas crazy. And
Kansas Kid.
Oh yeah. So they would probably be here if they weren't asleep.
Yeah, Kansas Kid's a huge fan because it's his state. Yeah, I had two coin shops look at that 1858 O, and they both said it's a VF20. And if you look at the price guide right here, I'm looking at a VF20 is $10,000.
That's it. For the tournament this year, the prize could be a gold coin.
That ain't gonna happen. No, I gave away a 1 ounce round. That was good enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I should go find my brackets. How many people participated? I think I had eight to 12. There was a couple of people that one of them was Kason 2006. I think he participated.
Yeah, he bingos.
Huh?
He goes to bingo. I see him in there.
Okay. I tried to get Constitutional Stacker in, but he was too good. He's like, I don't watch basketball. Had some excuse or something. I think he was scared. But no, yeah, go back and look at my videos back in March, and you'll see my setup. How I got all 4 screens so I could watch all 4 games at once.
Well, I did one. Did you see my contest?
I saw it when I went back. I didn't watch it.
You had to guess. You had to guess the final 4 for the women and the men. You had to get the final 2 right, and you had to get the winners right. And nobody was able to do it. And I told them they wouldn't. I said, nobody will do that because I knew there'd be a bunch of upsets. So,
What were you giving away?
gosh, what was it I promised? I can't even remember now what the prize was. It was, I think it was a silver Morgan, I think.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving away a Morgan. I got a ton of them.
NS what? NS nickel. She's supposed to say my nickel, but she don't do that. How many bingo cards she play? I don't. I watch. Only thing I go on there for is the. We used to be two things I could get in on the bingo on Hoosier, but now it's only one thing I can do, and that's the final elimination wheel. And I go to get on the elimination wheel because if you win, you get a 90% $50. So I go ahead and play. I just watch the others play. I'm signed up, but I don't ever get cards. And you can only get one card in there, by the way. He's thinking about letting people have more than one because half the people quit on him. Well, a third quit on him. And if they don't come back, there are going to be a lot of open spots. So he's probably going to let people have more than one ID. And then that means they'll have three chances to do it. But he's probably going to charge for the extras because that wouldn't be fair to the others. And so probably will be $1, maybe $1 every time you play, for the extra cards. I don't know. He's going to do something. I think he's talked about doing that. And but a lot of them are not coming back. I've already been told for sure. I know 4 for sure is not coming. They're not coming back. And 1 has 2 numbers in her name. And some of them are, she calls it trouble, and they like it because they think it's fun. So, but she's not going to play. Now, does she come back and just do the final wheel like I do? She might. She might come back for that. What brand shoes do I wear? Forgot what brand shoes I wear. Kids. EDS. That's probably it. Because if you wear Keds, you can buy more silver or more gold. That's secret. Live meekly and buy more gold and silver. I think that's a good phrase. I think I should start using that.
They put Mulvaney in leggings and sports bras, dude. Haven't heard much from that dude. Woman, I mean.
Elite won. The first elimination wheel, Elite won, and he got a half out of it. He had a chance to triple it. You got a chance to triple it. You draw 3 cards, you say higher or lower. He drew a 9, and a 9's a hard card. Do you remember the game Cards Sharks?
No.
Oh man, I love that game. So what you do is you got your card, and last year you got 5 draws. I won a couple. I won once, and I got to get on there and do it. So you can replace the first card, then you can go higher or lower on the second, and then higher, and then it like your prize doubles. It keeps doubling, and he did away with that. Now it's just 3 cards, higher or lower. So the best you can do is triple it. So he has cut down. I mean, he was giving away. You wouldn't believe the silver he was giving away the first 3 years. Now, the 4th year, all he's giving himself away is 1 silver half, at the most 3 silver halves. And he's expecting all of us to do the sponsorship and prizes now. So I don't know how it's going to go down. I don't think it's going to work the way he wants it to. And he's probably like Hardcore said, he's probably going to start charging. And then if he gets money for that, he'll probably provide the prizes again. So I don't know. I kind of can't blame him. This system is quicker. He doesn't have to put out as much silver, so you can't blame him really. And I don't know if he's got to be doing. I don't know. He's like Constitutional said, if you're getting views from live, that's different than if you get them after it's over. And nobody's going to go back and watch a bingo match after it's over. It's only good live, so he's probably not getting a lot of views.
Sure. Who's this?
Who's your stacker?
Who's your stacker? I never even heard of him.
I did. He was a mystery guest. You didn't see that?
Who's your stacker?
I need to update that. I've been forgetting to put in there in my playlist. I need to put all my interviews on the playlist. I'm going to put Thule, her interview, in that list, even though when she was a special guest, and so was Kenji. Did you see the Kenji one? I think you were in there. I think I remember seeing you. I don't know how long you stayed, but I think you came in.
Well, how far back?
Oh, that was just the last one I did before this one.
Well, I'm looking at Emerald. And then it says mystery guest on Thursday, but that just shows a picture of a ring. Like a woman wearing a ring. It's only 2 minutes.
Look at Thule. She's saying delete that interview? No way. You did all right. Why are you saying you don't like it? You don't think you did well in the interview?
Yeah, you got to make like a playlist of like all of your.
Yeah, I do. I have it, but I gotta update it. I didn't put the last couple in there. I think the last 3 or 4.
Kenji. I've got a red line underneath the whole thing, so I watched it.
I was Thule's exclusive first one-on-one interview ever on there.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had Constitutional twice. No, he had me and I had him. Yeah.
My first live was with Constitutional Stacker.
And I had Hoosier. I had Rocky Superstar. I had Kenji. I've had, who was the one? Oh, I had Chef. I think Chef. Really, nobody knew who he was. I don't think until he was on there.
Who's this one?
Cranky.
Oh, here's me.
I had Cranky right off. I had Cranky really early. I think he only had 100 subs when I had him on. He's almost 500 now too. He's close, people. He only needs about 50, and he's 500. I watched the Thule Help video that he did today with the interview with the guy he interviewed. He kept putting his face on the camera. He didn't know how far the camera was, the view, and she had to keep putting the Cranky symbol on there so you couldn't see him.
Why did Elite delete from YouTube?
On mine?
Elite put comment says I deleted from YouTube.
I did. Oh, he deleted some of his. He probably deleted the one where he fell asleep smelling his feet. That's probably the one he deleted on.
Oh.
That was the one Thule come in. And she said, "Where is he?" I said, "You're looking at him. He's right there." And she couldn't see him. He dozed off on us. NS reads descriptions.
I think I started following your channel when you only had like a couple subs.
I had, well, back when I did those early on. Oh, when I did my tournament, I think I only had probably 15, 20 subs. That's probably why I didn't have nobody, try. And most of the ones that did, I don't think they subbed me. They weren't subs. They just happened to see it. And they came in and played. I'll get more this time. I'll probably get 20, 25 that'll enter this time.
All right, so the first
That's
video I watched So the very first video I watched of yours is called "Opening an Item from Auctions," and it was July 10th.
Oh gosh, I started in January.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I somehow I found your channel through Constitutional Stacker. I think it was I
Well,
was on
Constitutional found me through Yankee, which you
oh,
don't watch anymore.
through Yankee. I thought he got you through Pops.
No, it was Yankee.
Huh. What was Constitutional watching Yankees channel or something?
Oh, he was. I think every time used to be, and then we probably would say something like, "Hey, yo, how you doing?" or something in the chat. Watch
Right.
Constitution say, "That's not how it happened." You know, each person's got a different view on how something happened. But no, I think it was. I think that's where we met. Yeah, it was Constitutional, and you know, I became a mod right off. He made me mod, and I'm going. I didn't want it, and it's too hard a job over there. Tully should be paid to be a mod over there. He should be giving her an ounce of silver a week. Do that stuff.
You got a video called "My Potato Soup Special."
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Well, that's because Popzilla was doing. He was doing some, and Constitutional did some. Matter of fact, on his first channel, I think he did quite a bit of that, and then he did another one on his. And so yeah, I mean, I had to do one. I just wanted to do that. I'm a big potato soup kind of person. If you have, hey, I got this kind of potato soup secret recipe, I would try it, because I'm big on potatoes. I like my starch. Constitution don't like starch and potatoes.
He likes McDonald's.
Well, that ain't good. That's worse. Probably nothing but starch.
And Taco Bell.
Nah, ain't good either.
We went to Taco Bell. We went to the drive-thru the other day and told the guy answering the speaker, "Google sucks," like 4 times.
Thule, how you met me? You met me through Yankee Stacking too. I mean, just about a bunch of people. Journey met me through Yankee Stacking. Let me guess. Nan. Now, Nan, they always say hi to me. I don't know if that was Yankee Stacking or Salivate Metals. She was one of those two because they're in both of those all the time. I don't think so, Constitutional. And I think that's right. And I'm pretty sure. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you all, how else would you have met me if you didn't met me through Yankee? Because, I mean, Yankee and Sal is the ones that I met most of the people through. I got a group that follow Salivate, and I met them and got to talking to them, and they subbed me. Then I have the group that I got with Yankee. I don't know about that, Constitutional, because I can remember when that happened. I can remember that you sent him that coin, and then he gave it away. I can remember that happening, and I can remember you in the chat and everything. So I don't know. I think that we met on there. I'm pretty sure of it. And so most of them I met was on there because I'm big on coining around. I'm on there all the time, and I met a separate group there. There's very few that there's somebody that I know because now Jolo, he's on everything. So I see him there, I see him here, I see him there. The guy from Alabama and his wife are always on. What's his name? Dave. I see him everywhere. I saw him on Pop. So, I mean, he basically, I see him just about everywhere I'm at. I see him. So, and I've talked to him. He'd actually probably make a good guest because he's a little bit old. He's a lot older than he looks from the picture. That picture's from years ago. And he He would be a good conversation, because he's older.
So I'm looking at my subscribers, and so I started my YouTube channel December 5th of last year, and I want to do a giveaway this December 5th. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do a live stream or not, but Veteran Metals subscribed to my channel the very next day, and it looks like Constitutional Stacker subscribed 8 days later. So he was like one of the first to subscribe to my channel.
When does Savage subscribe? See, Savage, that's another way of meeting a lot of people, because he's got, 8,000 subs now.
Yeah. Let's see. 365 sub December 27th. Mellow December 28th. I remember Mellow was pretty early. Liberty Bleeds the 28th. Spokane Silver the 29th. Oh, I can do it a different way. I can do it subscriber count. Savage, January 7th.
Oh yeah, Thule, he tells everything, man. Or her. Oh man, you don't know all the information's out there on you. You just have no clue. I'm telling you. And of course, Thule said if somebody comes up to the door and figures out who she is, she's off of here. But there'll be a knock on the door. You'll come there and they'll say, "Don't you know me, Thule? Don't you know me?" And you'll think, "Oh my Lord, someone's found me." I'm telling you, it'll probably happen.
Yeah, Tilly subscribed to my channel March 28th. How many subs you got?
Me?
There you are. You subscribed to my channel April 13th.
So say I missed the March Madness.
Well, J Lo, how many subs you got?
Oh, don't push me. I'm not Thule, because I know you got guns. So and you don't expect me to show up. And you got the beast. And, I like my arms. So you don't have to worry about me showing up. I already know enough not to show up. Thule she'll be my 500th sub and hold it over me. And unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe. That's what happened.
I don't see J Lo. Joseph Lopez. Unless he's got more than 30.
But oh, she only does it with Chef. Okay, all right. But no, her dog would probably come up to me and probably say, "Wow, he's such a dog person." Probably would start licking all over me and all. She'd be like shocked. She'd go, "He always tries to attack everybody." I'll go, "Well, dogs like me. I can't help it. I don't think I've ever met a dog that hadn't liked me." Well, there's been a couple. They can tell. Dogs know. They can just read you like a book and then say, "Oh, this guy, he's friendly." And if someone's scared or don't trust them or don't want them near them, they don't want the hairs from them on them, they know. And they're going to give that person the devil,
Right. I'm waiting for Joseph Lopez to tell me how many subs he has.
And of course, my Chihuahua Chico, poor little guy, he knew my dad. I'd come over their house, bring him over, he would get down on the far side of the couch and just stretch his legs out there watching that door where my dad slept late. He retired. When he retired, man. And he slept late, and Chico knew it was time for him to get up. He couldn't wait for him to come out of that room. And bam, there he goes. And Dad would say, get this bulldog away from me. Yeah, he did not like dogs. And Chico knew he'd intimidated him.
Dogs like me too. Small ones. My dogs love everyone.
Oh, he's retriever? Is that what they are?
Yeah, golden retrievers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're. I've never met a mean retriever.
No.
Now my niece, they had a crazy one, and it was one to fight everybody, and they ended up having to take it and give it to somebody who had a farm, and they had to give it up because it just did not get along with the other dogs. But you don't hear that often. I've never had trouble with one of those. I've never been bit by one. So Constitutional used to handle an owl. Okay. Oh, Archie. Archie's one of your dogs. Is that the baby dog or is that the older one?
Yeah, he's the puppy.
Okay, that's the baby. Yeah.
And Gunner's 6. Yeah, Archie's not a baby no more. He's just as big as Gunner.
Oh, he's bigger
He's huge.
because he eats everything.
He does. He eats. We just caught him this morning eating the drywall. The wood paneling around the house. If that's not enough, he's gonna chew right through the drywall. Just put a big hole in the wall. I need to get Thule on my channel so I could talk to her because
Now?
Huh?
Now?
No, not now. Just sometime because I was talking when the three of us, me, Constitutional, and Thule, were all on the live stream, and I was telling everyone how my dogs chew everything, and she goes, "Well, you're not supposed to let them. You're supposed to train them. I would like her to teach me how. How can I get them to stop chewing everything?"
Well, you can spray them with water in the nose.
Okay. Does that work?
Well, I hear it can.
Oh.
They don't like it. And you just do things that don't hurt them, but they don't like. And then every time they do an action and you do that, they don't like it. Then they realize, hey, this equals that. If I do this here, I'm going to get that there. And I don't like what I'm getting. And then they'll quit doing it.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't think you want to hit them. I used to would take a newspaper, not a heavy one, and maybe pop Chico on the nose with it a couple times.
Mental stimulation to wear them out and exercise. Well, seeing that I exercised in like the 90s, he's not getting it for me.
I bet Thule runs 2 miles every day, I bet.
Probably does.
And she's probably not even breathing heavy when she comes back in, and she's probably not even sweating. I'd have to go to the emergency room.
I lifted a weight one time. It wasn't for me.
Well, I had to catch Chico once. He's slick. I had this place I was living, and he just went to the side of the door, and it didn't have a storm door. It just had one door. And I opened it, he came out, and he took off running, and he's peeking around, looking at me to make sure. He wanted me to run after him. I thought I was going to cough a lung up because he was a quick little dude, and I was scared he was going to get hit by traffic. I was trying to hold traffic up. Stop speculating. And I'm telling you, eventually his little legs, that wore him out, and I was able to get him. I did like a slide and catch of him and caught him and stopped him. But he got to the very corner, and then the next corner down is where my parents lived. So he was going there. There's no doubt that's where he was heading. But
All right.
What am I speculating about? Oh, you running 2 miles a day and not even sweating and they're breathing heavy? I would imagine that's probably pretty good speculation.
Hey, did you watch SGT stacking?
I do at times. I don't know when the last time was I did.
So check this out. He put a video out. I'm looking at it 5 hours ago. It's called "The Crazy Story of Our First Home Birth Experience." This guy, he's at boss level. Not only does he collect silver, he's a dad, but in his spare time, he just delivers his own kid in his living room. That's impressive.
Saw a little baby today at the grocery store. Was only 6 days old. She had him out in the grocery store already, and she named him Anakin. I said, after the Star Wars? She said, yeah. And I think it's her 5th son.
Okay.
Gonna have their own football team or baseball team or something.
Yeah, that is funny. That's exactly what I put on the comment. CS, yeah, in his spare time, he delivers his own kid. That's exactly what happened. So he had a home birth plan, but his wife was getting pain at midnight, and they called the midwife, who wasn't anywhere near being able to be around to deliver it. And she was like, "Okay, well, it's just normal. It's just pain," because the baby was kind of early. Next thing you know, like, he's looking and he's like, "I think the baby's coming out." And so he got a couple of his other daughters to help him put towels down and stuff, and delivered his own kid. You gotta check that video out. It's a crazy video. Have you seen any of the Formula One racing in Vegas?
No. Who's that? Is that BLS?
Yeah.
Oh, LBS, I mean, Liberty Bleed Silver.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to put out a video about it. He put out so many showing the construction and stuff, and I saw one YouTube video, one short on it with the cars. Those cars the race cars are flying by. Let me see if I can.
The best race was the Detroit, what do we call that? The Grand Prix. I love that race. It's the only race I watch because it was so cool. They go downtown Detroit. They got this route set up. You have paper everywhere that can get in their exhaust and burn their engine up. I mean, it was great. And now I don't think they even do that race anymore. I said, man, that was the best race that they had.
Yeah, I don't get involved in Formula One or NASCAR for that matter. I think NASCAR is boring.
Oh, it is circles. I said, if I want to watch a car go around circles, I'll get me one of these hot tracks and put it together and just have 2 cars and have the little gun thing majigger, and I'll just watch them go around that. I mean,
right.
Constitution, so I'll be back. Yeah.
I don't know where he's going.
He's probably got to take a dump or something.
Oh, he's got 25 subscribers? I must have missed his name. He asked me when he subscribed.
I'm subscribed to Jolo.
Let me go back.
He's the king of contests, man. He plays all of them. And he probably wins 10 ounces of silver every week.
Really?
Oh, yeah. All the time winning. And who's the other lucky one? There's some others on there. I mean, they must win. There's some on like Yankees Wheel. There's like 600 to 1,000 of us on there, and some people will win. One person won twice on one show. And well, the reason is because Yankee didn't shuffle that time. I knew that's what happened. But even when he shuffles, there's people sometimes that win, and they'll win. Seems like every week somebody wins again on there. I'm going, how do you do that? You know, I don't know. I've only won once on Yankee. I've had 2 or 3 times I was the next one, or I was the one that just passed. But Julie's won on there. I think she won once with 600. I forget what she won.
So Joseph Lopez must have a private channel, or he put his subscriber list on private, because I'm looking at it right here.
I think he did. I think Elite does too. I think they both do.
Yeah, because if he is subscribed to my channel, I can't see it. Because Tully just said he has 25 subs, and here's 26, and here's 24, and his name ain't in here. So
but
I can't.
Don't tell Tully that. She'll be on private next. Hey, he has secrets to keep. I don't recall that in it. You're talking about you winning on Yankee? Yeah, you won. I forget what it was, but you won. That's because she's too busy moderating. She can't. She don't even remember Yankee saying, "I'm going to do a special live with you," and she didn't. She didn't remember that. I told her. She had to go back and watch it and go, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah, I got to tell you a story about Yankee. I don't have nothing against Yankee at all. I think he does awesome videos, and every time he's got interviewing Tim, I like watching his videos. But anyways, I sent him an ounce of silver and a sticker, a couple stickers, and a note that said, I like watching your channel. Here's an ounce of silver. And I told him, I said, you can give this away during your next live. And it took him a good 4 or 5 weeks before he actually got to it. But anyways, he opened it up on a live, and he said, okay, we're going to give it away, and did the magic wheel, and some random guy won, and that was the end of that. A couple weeks later, I get a message from this random guy that said, I won a round of silver from Yankee that you gave him. And I'm like, he just said, I won some silver. I said, okay, that's cool. How do you know it was from me? He goes, well, I got your sticker. And I sent Yankee 2 stickers. So he sent this guy a sticker and the silver. I go, oh, that's cool. He goes, yeah, thanks for the $50. And I go, what do you mean $50? I sent Yankee a 1 ounce round. So I don't know if Yankee messed it up, or if this guy's obviously telling the truth, because he he had my sticker. So I don't know where the mix up was. I don't know if Yankee was like, well, I'm keeping this ounce of silver and I'm gonna send the guy a $50. That'd be funny if he did that, but I think he just mixed it up.
Hmm. Well, it took him 3 weeks to get to mine. I didn't know if he ever got it, if he rejected it. I didn't know. And then he finally opened it up about 3 weeks after I sent it in, the giveaway. And so I didn't know. But the only ones that Yankee does that I don't watch, I will not do. Once he's like, when Tim comes over to his house, and he doesn't even give him a meal, by the way. I said, gosh. Anyway, whenever he comes over there, he will break that up into 2 or 3 videos later. And I said, because one time I told him, I think it'd be all different. I said, this is the same thing it was just the live you had with him. He said, oh, yeah, I know. But so I go, all right. So I don't watch those. Now, those I won't watch because I always watch when Tim comes on. So I don't watch the rebroadcast of the best of or whatever. And I don't watch the certain ones he has with another certain person that Constitutional loves to death and would like to be blood brothers with. You know what I mean? I don't watch those.
Yeah, his coin shop buddy.
Yeah, I don't watch those, and I don't watch the other guy. And I don't watch the Stormtrooper dude. I don't watch him.
No.
I do watch Spades, but I didn't see him on. Has he been doing videos? I haven't even seen anything new from him in a while.
Who?
Spags. I did see the coin guy.
Oh, Spag.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still does videos.
Well, I don't see him as often. I do watch Silver Seeker. I do. He had a good video on the other day. I told him, I said, this was really good. He had a coin dealer or LCS on. He's the guy he brings on and talks to. They had a really good show. Really good discussion.
Don't get me started.
Why? They do. I said, this is really good. And I watched the whole thing, and I think it was 30 minutes. And you don't like him?
No, I'm constitutional. He's trying to get me going on the whole Spag invented thing. Don't get me started.
But he did have a good one. Where me and Silver Seeker kind of disagree is he'll bring up, oh, this guy's a scammer, and he'll do all this stuff. We've got some pretty good ones over that. I go, you can't blame a person. Well, it was something about you get this one coin every month or something, one of those deals. And he said, if you got to wait to the end to get the really good ones, I said, if you were giving coin away, would you give the best ones right there, then have them cancel the subscription? He wouldn't do that. So he said something back. I mean, but I mean, we're all right. I just think that sometimes what he thinks a scam is not really all that much of a scam. It's more the choice of the individual to join up. And I mean, it's not like you're getting totally ripped off. I mean, yeah, maybe you're paying a little bit more than what they're worth. But if you collect them, if you can't find those coins anywhere else and you want that coin as your collection, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, I said the Mike dude that sells on HSN, I said, now he will rip the crud out of you. I said, nobody should buy anything from that guy. So.
I got to say something about Yankee, too. I think one of the best videos he ever did is when he went to the SD Bullion warehouse.
Oh, yeah, with the cop, the security guard.
Yeah, that was an amazing, amazing video. When that 18-wheeler pulls up with dudes with machine guns and that tow motor has to pick up that pallet, those bricks are like 30 kilos in a brick, and there's stacks of these bricks. It's just a crazy amount of silver. And then to see all the gold that they have in the back, just in boxes and stuff, it's nuts.
Well,
I've watched that like 3 times.
Well, he's going to do the guy that has the barter bars. You know what they are, don't you?
No.
Oh, well, there's a place in New Hampshire, and this guy produces barter bars. He's got dumbbells. He's got the dumbbells, and he said the women like to get those because when women walk, well, ask Thule. When she goes on her 2-mile run, she probably carries dumbbells because that just helps them, tones them, gets them toned, and the shoulders toned. And anyway, they said he has women that buy those, and it's actually solid silver. I can't remember what it weighs. It seems like to me they were 3 ounces. No, they're not 3 ounces.
No.
They're more than that. They're more than that.
Probably 3 pounds.
I don't know if they was that heavy, but anyway, truly, she ought to be able to remember that. She's younger than me. She ought to be able to remember better than I do. But I thought that was a cool idea for a product. And I do like the barter bars. I just think you got a high premium on it to get them. But I do like the concept. But they already have that concept, and they're called them pant bar things that you break off. You know what I'm talking about?
You break them off, yeah.
And I'm going, it's not new. You got those things. I said, it's really not new. But you get the little bag they come in, and I do like it, though. I mean, I like the concept of that for barter. I do think that's a good idea. And I do like it. I just think they're kind of high. And I was hoping I'd win those. That's what I wanted to win when he had the wheel. And I think every week now he gives some away. And that's what I want to win. That's what I want. I think think Cranky won those. Didn't Cranky win those? I think Cranky won a bag of those because he had it on his show later.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen those before.
And but I do like that concept and everything. Now he's supposed to go there and do a show. Him and Little Stash are supposed to go there, and they're gonna make, I think, a Yankee bar or Yankee coin.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Oh, he won on the YouTube channel they have. Okay. I need to go there. I need to get on that. I don't know if I have them or not. I need to go try. I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but I need to go and I need to win. I need to win me some.
So I take it you're not looking forward to the Black Friday deals because you don't buy silver anymore?
I buy silver. I buy 925. I get dimes and war nickels. I get them every once in a while, but I mean, I don't buy from loan line brokers other than platinum because I can't get the platinum anywhere. I can't find platinum. A lot of the old jewelry that's like an ounce of platinum, you got diamonds and all that stuff in it. So it's hard for me to get good, solid like necklaces or bracelets. I just can't find it on the auctions much. So if I did, I would try to go for it, but I don't. And I'm sure I could get it below spot. I'm sure I could, but I don't see it often enough. So I usually have to buy fractional platinum from Money Metals. That's usually where I get it. I do not buy from an LCS. I've never been, in my knowledge, maybe but the one when I was a kid that sold coins. We don't have a lot around here. And now Hoosier does. He said, how about you go to so-and-so in Clarksville? I said, hey, I didn't know they was even there. And two, I'm sure it's overpriced stuff. So I don't go. I just don't go to the LCSs. I actually agree with Spam. I'm going to call him Spam. I kind of agree with him, what he says about LCSs. I do. I think he's right on the money with that.
What's he say?
We don't agree on everything, but I do think he's right about that. He did a video on that.
What's he say?
He just says LCSs are in it to make money, and they'll tell you anything and all this other stuff. I do believe he's right.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big LCS fan, and I don't want to depend on them to buy anything. I got the place, the refinery agent over in Louisville. I can go and get 100% for minus 10% commission, and that's where I go to sell if I'm going to sell gold. So.
You're also a bad friend too. Come to Ohio.
So, but
See if he answers me.
there's a lot of ways to get silver and gold. There's still a lot of ways. Probably if you buy it off an individual and you kind of know that individual, that's probably a good way to get gold at a good price. That's probably your better chance. You don't get the premiums that you won't get the premiums to deal with that way as you do the other way. So, but I'm not a gold coin guy. I'm not. I used to be when I got a gold coin, I traded for silver. That's what I did. I got it because I knew more people wanted gold than silver, and I knew they'd trade me silver for it.
All right.
So I'm a big silver fan, and I'm a big nickel fan. And nickel, by the way, it's down to like $7 a pound. That's a buying price that you want to buy if you're going to get into nickel. Okay, which he's talking about now? Which guy's constitutional saying he doesn't like to watch anymore? Ron, he doesn't run basement anymore because he thinks he's a pumper, and he kind of is. I call him a cheerleader, silver cheerleader. And Slayer, I don't watch him anymore. He's a pumper extreme. He makes Ron look like a minor leaguer. I mean, I just can't go for it. You won't live to be 85 if you don't have silver. You will starve to death if there's if H hits the S hits the fan. you're not gonna survive unless you have silver. And I go, there's gold. There's a thing called gold. You can have gold or you can have silver. You can have other metals. It's so I don't agree with that. And it got to the point every freaking video was at, and I just said I don't. I have so many others to watch. I don't have to watch him, so I stopped. I unsubscribed and don't watch him anymore.
Did you ever hear anything back from that Anna T?
Oh, I went to her video the other day. I'm sitting there sending her shots, and I think she knew it was, but she didn't. She reacted to them like they were legitimate questions, and I couldn't help myself because what she said the other day. So what did I ask her? I can't
Why
remember.
do you stack silver?
Huh?
You asked her, why do you stack silver?
No, that was a long time ago. No, I'm saying
okay.
just recently she did one. And I've responded, and she gave me a like on my response and responded back, but she probably knew I was taking a couple shots at her, but she didn't, she didn't, she didn't dig in. She just said, oh yeah, I haven't seen those or something. Oh, Trump. I said, yeah, them Trump silver coins are cool. Cause I know she don't like Trump. So I said that. And then she said, oh, I've never seen those. Then what was the other one? I can't remember. I said things that would probably aggravate a liberal just to see how she react to it. So,
yeah, I also took not the same route you took on that same video with Anna. That was the very first video I've ever seen of hers, and she didn't comment on my comment. I put something about you can't hate on these big channels no matter what they do. However,
she was talking about the pumper saying silver's going to get to. I didn't think she used that big a number, but I'm going, well, it will. Silver will eventually get to 500 an ounce. It will do it, but it's going to be over time. And like it used to be around 10 all the time, now it's around 20 all the time. And then it'll get to 30 about all the time. Then it'll get to 40 around all the time. Then it'll eventually get higher than 50 and people will make a big deal over it. I'm going, well, heck, yeah, but look how long it took to get to 50. So it will in time go up. But if the right circumstances happen, if we have an embargo on oil, if we have the same thing happen that we had in the 70s and we have it over the same period of time, it could get, in theory, to 500. It could do it. But the reasons they're giving, most of them, it ain't going to happen. What they're saying is going to happen is why it's going to get to 500. It ain't going to happen that way. So I think that's what she was saying. She don't like that. And she doesn't sound like a silver fan to me. I think she's just a coin collector. And so they happen to be silver. And she buys them. I don't know if she has any gold or not. Does she have gold? I don't even remember seeing any gold coins.
I've only watched like one or two of her videos.
I think B2's in love with her, I think. So.
I thought he was all about that Australian girl.
I don't think he misses it. Every time I've ever seen an Anna T video, he's always commented on it. So I think he's a pretty big fan of her. And another one. I don't think he's a big fan of Simbo, but I do think he does kind of like her, I guess. In a sense. But I think he's constitutional. I think he likes every girl. I don't know. If you're liberal, I put up with Barbara Carbone. I put up with her because I get a talking to from Rocky Superstar, and I like Rocky. I like Rocky a lot. I really do. I think what he does and everything, I like him, and I don't want to upset him by upsetting her. So I watch my P's and Q's. I just say that about it. And so that's what I do. But she is so far off. and when she tries to make a point, it's like completely that never happened. It's never going to happen. It won't happen. and for her, it's already happened. And I'm going, that's never happened. When that happened? So, but anyway, I try not to. And Barbara does, I think, like me. I think she does. I'm sure the same thing goes her direction. I'm sure Rocky said, hey, he's just conservative. And yeah, I'm sure the same thing goes her way. And that's probably what's kept us from really getting into it. Now, Constitutional went straight full throttle at her throat the other night. And that kind of concerned the ones in Popzilla's circle. They just thought maybe he was a little unfair with her. But, I told him to. It's my fault. They didn't get on me. I said, educate her, Constitutional. So I caused it. They didn't say nothing to me about it. They probably said, you should have told him to do that. They didn't. I mean, he was thinking it. They didn't tell me that, though. You got to understand, she's from New York. She's always been in New York. She's raised in New York. They're going to have a liberal turn to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because every day, that's all they do. California, same way. Some of these you think are conservative, but if you really get to know them and everything they explain, you're going, well, that's a pretty daggone liberal philosophy you got there. They probably don't see it that way, but I mean, they just do. I mean, when you're around it all the time, you're going to be that way. And Thule will be that way soon, too, since Michigan's gone full throttle blue. Before it's over, I think it'll rub off on her, too. But I'll still like her. I'll still like her, and I'll hold back, and I won't. I'll stay under control.
When good people do and say nothing, bad things are allowed to continue. That's true.
I mean, I was for Constitutional. I said, right on, brother. I'm thinking, amen. And I even said some of that. I said, yeah, that's right. You got right on the money. And, but anyway. And you can't say that's not a political spectrum that Popzilla, because we talk about political stuff all the time, so you can't say, oh, if it's upsetting people, we're not needing to talk about it. So.
What time is it by you? You're in the Eastern.
Oh, just 2 a.m. It's early here. I don't go to sleep till like 5 in the morning.
What time do you get up?
I don't know. Sometimes 5 hours sleep, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. Then I go and do my business, and then I get back, and then I probably eat, and then come on here and have people say, hey, you want to go on tonight in 10 minutes? And I go, all right, yeah, sure. Because I miss all their emails. And I do that, so I'm used to it. Bystander effect. What's that? Bystander effect.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird being East Coast. I can go to bed at 11 o'clock my time, and then wake up 2 in the morning, get something to drink, jump on YouTube, and there's always live streams going on because it's only
probably me. You come on a lot of my stuff late.
You or Chef, or Chef's always got, like, he gets on at like midnight his time, which is like 3 a.m. my time.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, for the West Coast people, you got to stay up later for that, and so I don't have no problem with it. I did go to sleep on Pops the other day. I was up on the panel, and I went to sleep, and they were trying to wake me up. They said, I was doing, I don't know. I don't snore that bad, really, but I do kind of snore a little. And so I did wake up, I think 30 minutes later, and I go, did I doze off? They said, yeah, you did. You were snoring on there. And that's happened 2 or 3 times to me.
Nice. Well, we got 4. I think we had up to about 11 people watching. Now we're down to 4. We got me, Thule, Constitutional, and there's one more person watching, probably the FBI agent.
Yeah, or Secret Service.
Secret Service, yeah.
I guarantee you, I expect any day to hear hey, I'm so-and-so, Agent so-and-so, Secret Service. Did you say so-and-so? No, Constitutional did. It wasn't me.
That's right.
Well, where's he at? Hey, he's in Oregon. He's in that blue state. Go get him. Yeah. So
I will be out of the chat. Driving home now. We'll connect to BT and listen to it. Tilly's leaving, so we should probably wrap things up. I'm gonna go to bed.
Tooley's giving out already. I'm telling you, she's probably gonna go run around the block for 2 miles. That's probably what she's gonna do. Wake up. So yeah, she don't come much in my chats no more. So I don't know. I don't know what to do because I've had 2 or 3. I think 2 out of my last 3, and then I have chat on. I think I did. So
well, you didn't have them on today.
I mean TT.
They weren't on today.
Oh yeah, one. I think one was the last one. Well, I did the interview. That was live. That was on. And I think I did another one. Sometimes I forget to turn it off, and I have it anyway. I go, oh crap! Now I got that on. It makes my videos longer if I do that. And you never know if 79 is going to show up and cause trouble. So. She's mad at. I hear she's mad at Sal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he took away her moderation.
Oh.
And I heard he gave it back because I think she carried on a storm, and he gave it back to her. But I don't think she's been coming in. I think she's missed the last 4.
Huh.
She tried to time me out there, and she said, "Hey, he's saying stuff he's insulting me. Can I time him out?" And Sal said, "No, you cannot." So, and I think she did time some people out in there, and that's why he took the chat away. Because if you don't really do anything wrong, he does not allow you to be fooling around doing that. Now he's timed out Kenji.
Oh,
and
really?
I tell you, yeah, Kenji, it's a smart sucker. I mean, I've talked to him one-on-one. He's a different person when you're in private one-on-one than he is public. And I will tell you, he's one of the smartest dudes I've ever talked to in my life. And he is. He just is. You may not like what he says. You may not like what he stands for. You may not like all that, how he says it. But I said, the guy is smart.
Never heard of him.
I did the interview with him. I thought you would come in there and watched it.
What was the name of it?
You got Red. You had Red on there where you listened to it. Kenji. Kenji.
Yeah, I watched it, but I'm not subbed, and I don't even remember anything about that interview.
Oh, he was pretty good, but when he said silver's not money, I proved him dead wrong. I mean, he'll say I didn't, but I did. I said, that means I can take silver dimes and I can't buy nothing with it. And they try to say it's not the same. I said, of course it is. It's silver. I'm using it to buy something. Therefore, it's money. You know, you can't argue. And there's that Southern Cal guy, which I don't like. He tried to say, I use the same argument with him. Yeah, but silver, you wouldn't do that. I said, that's not the point. I could do it. And I said, it is money if I can buy something with it. Well, you kind of got a point, he said. Do you like the Southern Cal guy?
Southern Cal guy?
Yeah, Southern Cal. What's his? He got another part of the name or whatever. He goes to the Stackers auctions all the time. And he bid on an Indiana 1-ounce bar, and he just knew, I think, that I wanted it because he knew I'm Indiana basketball. I'm IU. I'm Indiana, and I think he did it so I couldn't get it. But that's just my personal opinion on it. But that's all right. I wasn't going to get it anyway. But he probably thought I was because I was talking about it. Anyway, he sent it to Cranky. So now Cranky has it.
No, I never heard of that guy. I've heard of T the Silver Stacker.
Yeah, he's in Indiana.
I'm subbed to his channel.
And but no, Southern Cal. I don't know if Constitutional's if he's got him on. I think Constitutional's all right with him, but I think he's maybe they're subbed to maybe each other. I'm not subbed to him. You know, I don't want to listen to the crap, so I don't sub him. And maybe I should have him on as a guest. Sometimes you need to put those kind of people on and maybe show how wrong they are about things, but do it in a way that's it's not like a fight. And maybe I ought to have him on for that, because he says silver's not money. Kenji says silver's not money. Who's the other guy? The guy Sal had on $50. I think he says it's not money. So, $50 is, don't you?
Yeah, I saw him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And there's another
$50 make you holler. There's they look through coin rows.
Okay.
I've seen them a few times. I think Joseph's the only one left.
J-Lo?
Yeah, I think he's the only one left in chat now. I think everybody else is gone. Constitutional will come back if he gets home before we end. He'll come back on. Who? You kind of sound like you're in a hole now.
Me?
Yep.
Didn't change anything.
Yeah, you sound like you're talking into a Pringles can or something.
When did that change?
Just now.
Maybe it's the connection. Let me see.
What is that? Animals fighting?
It's a short lunch.
I didn't get no lunch.
No, I got a bear. A bear come. I don't think my dog's good at it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I got up at 6 a.m. this morning.
Friday night cookies and milk. No, that's on Thursdays, J-Lo. I don't like calling him J-Lo because J-Lo is the woman singer actress person. So I call him Jolo. Jolo, that's different. That's yesterday. And then also Monday night. Monday night is Soup de Dupe or whatever it is. I'm surprised he didn't come in here, Chef.
Yeah, unless he had work.
I don't think he's still at work this late. I don't think so. But he's going to go on vacation. He'll be gone for 2 weeks, I think.
Chef Stagger LA.
Yeah. He's going to Mexico.
Soup du jour.
Yeah.
Cookies and milk was streamed 22 hours ago.
I don't think that you were oh, you want to go back. He said Thule won something, but I was in there and I don't remember her ever winning anything. You come in there sometimes. You come in sometimes on the chef thing. I don't think. Do you stay very long? I don't think you stay very long, do you? I mean, it probably ought to be an hour. It probably should be just an hour show.
One of his shows.
Huh?
I caught one of his shows after I was telling him what music to play. Because it was one of the deals where, I went to bed, and I got up to get something to eat or drink, 2 in the morning. I just turned on YouTube and his live was going on. But that's the only time I caught his live.
Now Thule won cookies, he said. Okay, Thule don't eat no cookies. She has not eaten one of them that I know of. And I'll tell you, he put salt on them. And I said they were good other than the salt. I don't want salt on my cookies. And you couldn't. I said they were indestructible. He started laughing. I'm telling you, I put it in hot chocolate, sunk it to the bottom, and when I got it out, it was as hard as when I put it in. I said, I've never seen a cookie do that before. Yeah. And I'm going, I've never seen that. It was like a bulletproof chill. And I go, I've never seen a cookie indestructible like that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, it was okay. They were all right. I mean, I just didn't like the salt part. I don't know why he puts the salt in them. I would rather have cinnamon on them or something than salt. I don't know why he uses salt. I forget what he said. I think Constitutional ate his too, finally. Thule still has all hers in the freezer, which I never heard anybody in my life that chocolate chip cookies in the freezer.
We do.
You do?
Yeah, when we make Christmas cookies. So we usually give away most of our Christmas cookies, except for in 20, I gotta think of the year. It was Christmas 2020. I don't know, it was either 2021 or 2022 because we both got COVID.
Constitutional wants up. He wants to come up. Now you're coming in better.
Copy. Copied.
Did he get home that quick? He must have been going 90 miles an hour down the road.
He must have. No. Hold on. All right, he should have it.
I don't see it. I don't see it on there. Did you send it to his email?
Yeah.
Oh, he's wanting it. He wanted you to put it in the chat.
Where did you want me to put it?
Chat.
How the fuck am I supposed to do that?
I always punch it in. Personally, just punch the whole number in letter by letter and put it in when I do it.
I don't know how I would put it in the chat. Not on my phone. I don't know why he wants to come in here anyways. I'm going to bed.
Maybe he's got the day off tomorrow. What happened? Oh, I'm the main screen.
Now I'm back.
Yeah, you're coming in good now.
Okay, good. Guests.
Is he? Oh, is he downstairs? Is he in the basement yet?
No, he's not. Maybe he was, but I hit the back button.
No email, he said.
I sent it.
He's saying he didn't get it.
I'm looking right here. It says Constitutional Stacker and the StreamYard link. Let me send it again, I guess. compose, constitutional stacker, compose email. Oh, I gotta copy the link again. All right, send it again. Let's see here. Now I gotta get back. I gotta get back to StreamYard.
He should have been in the basement by now.
He's there.
Ah, there he is.
All right, it says your guest, Constitutional Stacker, is on an Android Chrome, which has a bug that causes echo. Google is working to fix it. For now, please ask your guest to wear headphones to avoid echo or use a different browser. We've also informed your guest.
That bad, I'm on Bluetooth.
He's coming anyway.
There he is.
I'm on Bluetooth. I don't know what it's talking about.
I don't know either. I just got this big message.
You got 4 computers and you don't know how to post a damn link in the chat? All you do is copy the link and in the chat, you right click and hit paste.
In the chat on StreamYard?
No, on YouTube.
See, but I'm not.
Well, you can do it on StreamYard too.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not on YouTube
All right.
on my computer. I'm on StreamYard on my phone.
Why would you be on a phone if you got the whole command center?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because
All right, so
I don't have a webcam.
maybe I'll buy you one for Christmas. Maybe that'll be your Christmas gift.
Though we weren't doing that.
Oh, whatever. So Nickel thinks I ate my cookies. Let me tell you about the cookies. That's why I want to come up. I have not eaten my cookies, and I'll tell you why. That Monday live stream was supposed to be a dual purpose, the one I had to cancel, because Tuli had other stuff going on, but we were going to eat the cookies on that live stream, so I had to put them back in the freezer so they don't spoil. So I have not tried no chef cookie action yet. So I don't know.
No, you canceled. I didn't know exactly why, but
She was doing something with the Wounded Warrior that ran into that Monday, so she told me on Sunday that she probably wouldn't be able to make it. So I said, okay, shit, I better put them back in the fridge.
I thought you got in trouble again and you couldn't do something or another on here. I thought then they get you again that you couldn't post for 24 hours again?
Well, yeah, you can post, you just can't comment on anyone else's channel when they do that to you. You can comment on your own stuff. You can post. You can't leave comments on anyone else's video for 24 hours. If you say, "Nice work, you have a call," you're a scam artist apparently.
Or email me.
Chef just came in.
Well,
Chef is in?
Yeah.
I'm driving, so I can't be reading no damn chat. What's up, Chefy? Who's still in here? Who's still in here?
Joseph, Chef, me, you, and Cigars.
It says 4 is watching. One of them's my computer, one of them's Chef, and one of them's Joseph Lopez. Well, I don't know who the 4th is because Tuli left.
Yeah. Yeah, Joseph, I got your email. I'll check it out when I get home about Paul.
Probably elite. It's probably elite. He just probably ain't saying anything.
He said he was going to bed. Maybe he never signed off. See, I'll check that email when I get home because I heard about that video. Did you guys hear about that video with Shackman? and all that.
He was cussing someone out.
Yeah, it was that not a gold bug guy, Paul. But here's the thing, Paul talks a lot of smack about a lot of channels. I mean, you know how I feel about Dragons. I don't like that guy, but he even says things about Dragons and Yankee that aren't true. Like, oh, you can't trust those big guys; they're bought and paid for. Those guys have never given bad stacking advice in their life.
Yeah.
So Paul says a lot of things that I don't agree with, J-Lo, and I can't read the chat, but I'll see what Sheckman said to him. 'Cause I heard that was a huge mess.
What channel, what video, what someone was talking about that in the chat today on my video on this live. But whose channel should I go check this out on?
I think it's on Slayer's. When I get home, I'll forward you the link that J-Lo sent me in my email, but I'm driving right now, driving home.
You think it's on Silver Slayers?
I think so. I think it was, but he's done so many videos with Sheckman, it's hard to tell. Do you know Nickel?
No, but he used to do at least a weekly show with him every week. So who's the Paul guy?
He's not a gold bug guy that talks like the Cookie Monster that Sal had on.
Well, the guy I can't understand.
Right, yeah. So, and Sal gave him some really sound advice. He goes, and it was a great interview. They both did a really good job. But Sal's like, maybe you should.
$50.
Yeah, and Sal said, maybe you shouldn't, say certain things about channels if you want to, be accepted in the community. And he's like, yeah, I'll have to try that. And then I watched a couple videos later, and he was doing it to somebody else, and I'm like, dude, the guy's not getting it. So that's when I kind of quit watching him.
Oh, so he's.
But I do think he's smart.
He did his channel. He insults the Sheckman, and then Sheckman goes on Slayer and starts going off on him.
I don't know. But we'll find out. I'm gonna watch that video when I get home.
Didn't he say those two knew each other? I mean, he was like, I think those two knew each other before he decided he changed his philosophy on silver. I think those two knew each other, didn't they? I think so. They probably had fallen out.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. He might have been one of the ones. Did you watch that live that Sal did with him? Cigars?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it was good. And Paul, he's no dummy. I mean, he's not a dumb man. He raises a lot of cane, so to speak.
The only video I watched of his was when he went on Raw.
I don't watch those guys anymore, so I wouldn't know.
Well, this was before, yeah.
Oh.
Well, Kenji's smart too, but he won't do personal shows insulting people. He's not going to do that. He has one video, 2 videos on his channel. He's not going to do that. He wants to go on the other's channel and in the chat do all that. So that's what he does. But he's actually smart. He's a smart guy. I've talked to him. I mean, this is one of the smartest guys I've ever talked to.
Well, he's smart, but if he thinks $2 million is a lot of money, he's missing the boat because it's not.
It is.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's still young. I mean, how old did he say he was? I think he's in his 40s.
Well, I'm in my 40s, and I know $2 million ain't much money unless you make more money for you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's still pretty smart, but he knows a lot of history. He reads a lot of books. He's smart. That's just way of having fun. And Sal gets upset with him, and I talked to Sal. I said, he's okay. I said he actually likes you. He told me so, and I said he just does that, I think, for fun and all that other kind of stuff. But but he's a gold guy. I mean, he uses gold to back up his cryptos. So I mean, he understands precious metals. He thinks silver. I'm sure he agrees it's fixed, and he got into it to make $1 million, and that ain't why you get into it, and he's upset over it.
That's why. I'll tell you what, though, Nickel. What do you think, guys? I think Nickel's nuts. He's going to go to 500. It could go to 500 someday. You sound like Kiyosaki, man. It ain't going to happen. No way.
Under the right circumstances, it could happen.
Man, that would be bad for the world.
I'm telling you, it happened in the 70s, the equivalency of it in the 70s, and everybody was fine. I mean, it was miserable, but everybody made it. Nobody starved to death over it, and then everybody went right on, and we made it through it.
I think once JP Morgan gets their hands on enough physical silver, they'll stop manipulating the market and they'll just let the price skyrocket.
Yeah, but maybe 100 votes. I mean, really.
I mean,
All I know is I was told if I got 10,000 dimes, I'll be all right. So I'm not too worried.
gold was $300, now it's 2,000. So
God, isn't that nuts to think about that? I need more gold.
You know why? Well, you know why? When gold was pretty low when Clinton was in there, and silver too. And the reason was, I mean, things were pretty good actually. You know, I don't know if he gets credit. I won't give him credit. I think that the Republican House had a lot to do with that, but we had a really great economy in the 90s, and that I think that's why gold and silver was so cheap, is because there was no huge problem. You know, you didn't have all the crap going on we do today. You know.
Well, didn't Clinton have a couple economics degrees, which usually doesn't mean someone's an idiot with money, but he actually was pretty good with money, with monetary policy. I got to give him that. I agree with you. I think he had an economic background, didn't he?
Clinton?
Yeah, I think he did.
I think he was political science and legal. He was a lawyer, and political. Usually, lawyers take political science as their minor because they know that they're probably going to be working for a campaign, and they're going to, a law background and then be in there. So, most politicians were once lawyers. A couple of them are businessmen, but most of them were lawyers at one time. That's why they're crooks. That's why they're period. So,
what are you going to run for office, Cigars?
Never.
You should be the mayor of Silvertown, man. Let's go.
I should be the mayor of my city.
You're a star, so you got that name recognition already. You know, you can go for it.
Just think, Mayor Cigars. I mean, it's got a ring to it, don't it?
One of the guys I work with tried to run for just like one of the councilmen of the city. Not the council ward. We got like 9 wards or something, and it was like a members only club. Like he tried to run, and like everyone ganged up on him, and they're like, "We don't want you running," and they like pressured him to not run, and it was such crap. But that's how you get in. You know, you start small, and then eventually you run for the mayor of that city, and then you become mayor of a bigger city, and then you become governor, and then you go up to you can be a councilman or a U.S. senator or something like that. You know, you gotta start small somewhere. You just can't run for president right away.
I'll tell you what. I thought about, unless you're Trump, I thought about running for local office, but it scares the hell out of me. It scares me to death. Because if somebody from my past, they just come up and say, "Oh, 20 years ago he did this to me." I mean, that's what people do, man.
Yeah. Yeah. If you wore some kind of costume, 10 years ago at a Halloween party, that they're going to bring that up.
Yep.
I'm trying to make you racist.
Yep.
Yep. Or make allegations. I don't want to say it on YouTube because it's so sensitive, but the whole Me Too thing. Oh, he did this to me. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Man, they get vicious.
Yeah.
The best political position to run for if you're going to run for president is being a governor, because you're basically the president of that state. And then
pretty much.
They can check your record out, and most presidents have become presidents. Mostly, they've either been a governor or vice president,
or senator.
Well, not a whole lot has done that. Hardly anybody was a representative.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's tough to win for the representative position. It is. It's really tough. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I had to tell my cookie story. That's I have not tried the chef action yet, and that's why. That's what happened on Monday. She got tied up in in another stream that ended up going. It was some. I think it was like a Wounded Warrior thing. I don't know what it was, but it ran on another day into when we were supposed to do our deal. So
yeah, they did 2 days. Yeah.
That's why the cookies didn't happen.
I smoked everything Chef sent me.
Did it make you wacky? Because I know what Chef likes to smoke.
No. No.
Is Chef still in the chat?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Chef got hooked up pretty good last night. My package.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kind of package I like. You just open it up, everything falls right out there. I go, well, great. I don't have to cut this and cut that and go in here and do that.
I can't believe it fell out of the flips, man. They must have thrown that thing around. But I was telling him, I was like, make sure it's still ticking before you open it in the chat. But he didn't see none of that. I said, I charged up the batteries real good. Yeah.
That's what I told Thule. I sent her. I said, don't mind that ticking. It's imagination. So she goes and she's got it up there in the light looking at it and all. I scared. I tell you, she takes me for literal. Can't take me
I
for
know
literal. I'm messing with you. You know.
She is the most private, guarded person I've ever known in my life. I can tell you that. I don't know much about her, honestly.
She told me if
Cigar
anybody ever comes up to her house and say, "Hey, you're Thule from YouTube," she said she's gone. She said she'll delete the channel, and I guess we'll never hear from her again. That'd be the end of it.
Yeah. Cigars fall asleep on us?
No, I'm here. I'm watching you drive. I'm watching the streetlights go by your face every time.
Wait, you can see my face?
Yeah.
And you know the problem with that is those street lights are 100 yards apart, and they're like flash, flash, flash.
You can really see my face?
Now it's blocked.
Huh.
It
like
was
the full face?
Like your phone is on your lap and you can see your face in the distance, and only when a street light would go by it would light up your face.
Thanks for telling me, jerkweed.
Yeah. Thanks for
I'm gonna lose
30 minutes later.
I'm gonna lose all my subs, man. I got a face for radio, damn it. Actually, it's under the console. That's why I'm surprised that. Oh, whatever. I'm ugly. Don't judge me.
JK's here.
JK, what up, dude? I can't read your reply, but what's up?
So I'm interested to hear that video that you were telling me about with the gold bug.
Well, I got to go by the credit union because, you guys, you know what I did last night? Really trying not to spend money. I was sitting there, I'm like, nah, I need 8 more buffaloes. Boom! So I bought 8 more buffaloes last night. I still got 3 packages on the way. This whole not stacking thing ain't working out. So I got to go to the damn credit union and deposit some money to make up for what I spent. I think I got 30 ounces on the way. I got a problem, fellas. I need stackers rehab. Because I got vacation coming up in a month, about 3 weeks. And I'm going to be traveling, so I'm trying not to spend money. It ain't working. I'm spending on metal, but it ain't working.
All right.
Oh, God. I'm hopeless. I cannot stop stacking.
Part with one of your guns.
No, that ain't going to happen. I'll go back to working 7 days a week if I have to. Hell, I'll drive DoorDash before I sell a gun. That ain't never going to happen. I'm a collector, baby. I don't sell metal. I don't sell weapons. I've never sold a gun in my life, actually. I have sold metal, and that hurt my soul. But anyway, what I was saying is when I get home, which will be probably 20 minutes, I'll be honest with you, it's colder than hell here, so I'm driving to the one that has the drive-through ATM because I don't want to get out of the truck. So I'll be home about 25 minutes or so, and then I'll email it to you. I'll forward it to you. I want to see it too. What was J-Lo saying about what I was saying about Paul and how Paul says things about people? Was he mad? Because it's true, he does.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. For a while, I fell into that that negativity. I was going off too much about my blood brother, as Nick will put it. Even though I got an issue with him, and I really tried to stop doing that. Tried to distance myself from those who do, because then I get off on a tangent and it becomes a whole nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be a positive member of the community,
We
which is
don't,
hard because sometimes people really piss me off.
Yeah.
we don't drink vodka and make videos.
Yeah, and I did come down on Barb a little hard. You're right. I wasn't too harsh, but here's the thing.
I
When
told
you
them,
have certain
I said
beliefs,
I said that with you being normal. I said I didn't notice anything different, and they just trying to tell me, oh, he was a little bit harder than normal. I go, I didn't see it. So
well, I wasn't harsh, but I was honest with her. I didn't, and I challenged her. I said, how old are you? Have you ever worked for anything in your life? Because when you are that old, I don't know how old she is, but she's old enough to know better. When you are that age, your beliefs affect other people. Look at the mess we got going on in the country now. And everyone who supported that is responsible to some degree. So these people need to be told, in my opinion. They need to be, held accountable.
well, she don't think it's a problem. She thinks that, and if it is any problems, it was Trump that did it. That's what they all do. Yeah,
Oh, they definitely all play a part in it. They all play a part in it for sure. But why is that cop stopping in the middle of the road? He was in front of me. He just stopped in the middle of the road just because, I guess. I was speeding, but he don't seem to be caring. Oh, wouldn't that be cool getting pulled over? Wouldn't that be cool getting pulled over on the live stream?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we miss you.
They ain't taking me away.
No, he may shoot. He may shoot. I go, man, we witnessed that cigar. We're gonna turn that cop in.
All right, boy.
I am in my beater though, so yeah. There was this cop at work the other night. Pulled in behind me when we were all walking out. They're like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Nothing." And I know he's running my plates, and I walk out. I go, "Well, the MDT satisfy you that I'm legal and insured?" He's like, "Oh, I wasn't running your plates." I'm like, "Come on, man, don't lie. It's a beater. I don't care."
Hey, what are you doing with all that trash?
What trash?
The picture you sent me out.
Oh man! All right. Last night, y'all, as in 24 hours ago, this spun out tweaker bum was out back. He was going through my dumpster at work, and he brought all the trash over to the other end of the alleyway. I said, "What are you doing, man?" "Oh, I was just looking." I'm like, "Listen, dude, I got a business to run. I need you to clean this up." I said, "I don't go to wherever it is you hang out." I didn't use the word home because I know you ain't got one. I said, "I don't go to your place and throw trash everywhere." I said, "You ain't going to do it to me." And I had to tell him 3 times. I said, "Listen, you're starting to piss me off. I'm losing my patience. I'm going to get upset, and you're not going to like what happens. And you need to pick it up." "Oh, I heard you the first time." I said, "Then why do I have to tell you 3 times? Pick it up." He picked up about 50% of it. Because these people know the cops, they're not going to do anything to him out here. They can't. There's nothing they can do to him anymore.
Uh-huh.
I ain't kidding you. It's bad. The cops are like, "Well, I can't arrest him unless it's a felony because of the thing." They're still doing that out here, by the way, for a lot of things. They'll ask them to leave, and if they don't, that's criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. But because it's not a felony, nothing happens to them. And these people know that, man. They don't get possession charges because drugs are legal. They know that too. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, "Oh, you should call the cops." I'm like, what good is that going to do?
Right.
It's just terrible, man. What do you think, Nickel? Is it like that out there? Is it like that in Ohio?
No.
Oh no, they get you here.
Yeah, here they don't do nothing to people. Now, actually, a buddy of mine that works for the Oregon Liquor Commission came in tonight. He's like their IT guy. I met him up in the woods, man, years ago, riding dirt bikes, and we just became friends. He was telling me, we were talking about this, and he goes, "Oh, yeah." And I go, "The only people they go after is the middle class or the rich because they know they can pay the fines." And he's like, "Absolutely." And it's completely true. That's how it works around here. Sucks.
What's the matter, boy?
But to answer your question, we pay $23,000 a month in rent and cam charges, care and maintenance. So property management needs to pick that up. I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna get poked by some dirty needle or nothing. No.
Hell no.
We pay $23,000 a month for that place. So the least they can do is keep it clean, you know.
I think I would go insane if I lived in a blue state.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So you don't think I was too hard on old Barb, huh?
No.
I don't either. I told her the truth. Yeah.
And I didn't have a problem with it, but they just said, "Oh, he must have really been in a bad mood today." He came in there, and they just made some statements that they thought that he was a little rough or something. And maybe the other person watching right now, one of them, they may be watching. I don't know. But
Pops has got a stream going. My phone told me, so I don't think it's him.
Oh, yeah. He said something's coming back on again.
Yeah, he's got a stream. Well, that's why the other night when he had a stream, he said, "Constitutional, come on up, brother." And I did because I wanted to see if he'd say anything about the Barb thing, but he didn't. Neither did Cyclops. So, yeah. You still see my face? I'm ugly.
No, it's still blocked out.
That's good. Well, boys, I don't want to hog the stream. I just thought I'd jump on and shoot the business with you.
Well, that's cool.
I need to make Nickel. I want to talk to both of you. Actually, not now, but there's a video I want to do, and I'm having a hard time getting information about the topic. So I want to pick your brains the next day or so. No. Oh, and were you reading what I was saying about that? You need to do college volleyball. Those chicks are hot, and you need to include footage. You'll get a lot more views. I'm telling you.
Now
we would all watch that.
Now I'm going to tell you something. The average college volleyball player is a woman. They're like 6 foot plus. They are big built, and I'm telling you that there's nothing there. There's nothing there for it. I like watching it. They used to have a local channel.
You need
here
glasses.
in Louisville, and I graduated with one of the assistant coaches, so I knew her. And
you need glasses, brother. It was on at work the other day, and these chicks were smoking hot.
Oh, you're talking about professional beach, 2-on-2.
Yeah, they were in a court on a basketball court. Dude, they were smoking hot. Cigars knows what kind of women I think are hot, so he knows it. He knows they're hot
right now.
They're hot, aren't they? The wife isn't watching this, is she?
She's at work.
Yeah, but she's not gonna come back and watch it and kill us, is she?
She don't care.
Well,
some of these girls are hot, man.
The softball ones are not giants or anything, so I like to watch college softball women too, but we don't get them much. You used to put the Louisville games on here, and then the local station did, but they don't anymore. And I'm assuming it's because they couldn't make any money through advertising, so they gave it up.
I will say, some of the women's college basketball players are pretty good looking too. That's been on at work a few times. And one of our bathrooms is on the way to the restroom, and it just stops me dead in my track. I'm like a deer in the headlights because I forget what I'm doing. I just stare at it. I know. I'm the epitome of man, that's for sure. I'll just lose all concentration and start watching these girls play sports. It's kind of hot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Indiana has one that's kind of cute. I think one.
You got teeth?
Huh?
You got all of her teeth?
Yeah. No, it's the Kentucky players that don't have their teeth, I think.
Now you get in there and brush your tooth, child.
All right, so I'm watching the Oregon, Nebraska.
What's Oregon?
Oregon Ducks.
All you Midwestern guys, I remember the first time I flew to Iowa, everyone's called it Oregon. I'm like, Oregon? It's Oregon. That's a Midwest thing. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Oregon. I'm not really impressed with these two teams. They all have
All
good
right, well, tell me what
bodies.
you're seeing.
No, I'm watching women's volleyball.
Oh, I don't know what teams I was watching on TV, but they were hot. I don't know if it was our teams or not. I couldn't tell you.
Let me go
Would you-
find two
It
other.
probably wasn't. Probably wasn't our team because they didn't have blue hair. So, you know.
Well, you probably want to watch the diving team because they are in the best shape you can be. Swimmers and divers they got the best shape, body shape of any athletes. Well, that's probably who.
I'll tell you, I like female cross trainers, bodybuilders to a point myself. Cigars things is disgusting, but I don't mind some girls with action. Like I tell you what, man, oof. Some of the bodybuilders these women are that look like women and sound like women, have muscle. God, some of them God.
But they don't look like women. They look like dudes. I mean, they got veins popping out of their legs, and
I don't like the vein stuff. No,
they got more muscles in their leg than I do my whole body. I don't like that.
No. They're lean. Most of them weigh 125 pounds. It's an illusion. They look that way because they're so lean. They look way bigger than they are. They're not very big in real life.
I don't like them to have abs either.
Oh, I love it. And all the veins mean is that they're not overweight. That their body fat's really low.
Dude.
I love it.
I don't want to date Rambo. Sorry.
Now, when they got pecs, that don't work for me. There's got to be some, female stuff going on there. I've seen them with pecs, and that's too much for me. Because now we're talking Rambo. I didn't know that. I need a set of knockers.
That chick that I sent you today, the 3 pictures, that's what I'm talking about.
See, I like that too. I like it all as long as it looks good. There's one particular body type I'm not really into, to be honest with you. The rest I'm fine with. So the rest I'm good to go with, man.
So you're gonna get in cigars NCAA 2024 picks?
No.
I don't know nothing about that.
You didn't last year.
And I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I know you are.
Yeah, I'll get.
Are you still in that fantasy football thing?
Oh man, that's so stupid.
I don't even see updates on that.
That is so stupid. What I don't understand is like they give you like a percentage and probability of winning, and like I was supposed to be beating Paulie Buck or something, and like I turn around and he's killing me by like 30 points. I'm like, okay, and then like I'm up against like Triple P this week, and he's already like there's no point of watching because like he's got like 130 points to my 70.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so like he's like, oh, you got to set your lineup. It doesn't matter what players I move where, I'm never gonna beat them. Like I can't even believe I got a win the other day. I'm 1 for 8, and I don't know how Trident's running this thing. You got to finish within the top 12 just to be able to win, like win something. He does it like every week. There's a game of the week, and the winner wins some kind of silver, and then the person with the highest score wins some silver. I never even came close to winning anything, and if I finish 13th, which there's a huge percentage that I won't even be like eligible to win like the participation prize. So I wish there was a way like I could just like get out of it and just quit, but I can't. It was the biggest waste of time, money, effort I've ever heard of in my life. Like, I mean, first of all, I don't watch professional football at all. so I don't know any of the players or the teams or anything like that. And I don't know. I didn't. This was my first year ever doing it, and I don't like it. I think it's stupid. So, will I be doing it next year? No, no.
I think we lost him.
I think he's gone.
He's
Yeah, I
going
see
through a rough, dead area.
Yeah, he's timed out or something. He's got the little thinking thing.
Thinking, you mean the circle, a little circle.
Yeah. All right. So
Will they get into your will the ones that played the football get into your basketball?
probably Triple P will. Triple P, both Triple Ps and the Triple P's wives played the basketball. So there's 4 right there. And then Trident, he did. That was 5. Mello was in it last year. Kason 2006 was in it. Trying to think who else. But, I didn't have a very big channel back in March, and, I got a bigger channel now, so maybe I'll get more people. I mean, I would think more people would want to play. AG Stacker wants to play. He's a big college basketball fan, big Kansas fan, but he was camping, so he couldn't get his bracket sent to me. But I think that if I did a video where I said, okay, send me a picture of your bracket, just email me a picture, and that gets you in, and you have a chance of winning an ounce of silver, I think I'll get a lot of entries this year.
Yep, I put a Morgan up. I thought that was a pretty good prize compared to what I was seeing other people put up for prizes. I said, well, Morgan's pretty good.
Yeah, I would do a Morgan. I got a ton of them. It'd be a call, but
And then I think I did. I might have done a choice. I think I did a choice. If I think about it back now. Oh no, I had a contest where I did a choice. I said, I'll send you this, or I'll send you that, or this. I gave them 3 choices. If they won, they could pick either the 3. That's kind of even better, because then you give them, they can pick which prize. So,
all right. Closing everything down. I'm going to bed. It's 3 a.m.
I'm going to go to Pops, I guess.
Okay. Well, it's a good stream.
If they talk to me, because they'll probably, one of them probably was on here listening before he opened up, and but I didn't give anybody's name. I didn't particularly say who said what. I just said they. So
Okay. We'll have a good time over there.
So before you go, we may not see each other until then. You think UConn will be Indiana by how much points?
4.
I think it'll be more than that.
Okay.
I think they're going to give them a pretty good butt whipping, and it's going to wake Indiana up, and they're going to realize you got to do certain things to win. I'm going to say UConn by 15.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to catch them by surprise, and Indiana just thinks, oh, we got athletes, we can do this, we can do that. They're not going to block out like they should, and they're going to get killed on the boards, and UConn's going to get some easy second shots, and that's going to be the difference in the game. And some of the freshmen on Indiana will probably get in foul trouble, and that'll be it. UConn will hit the free throws at the line, and they'll get a bunch of putbacks for the rebounds, and they're going to kill Indiana. And that's what I've been telling them, or I've been posting, that you can't do those certain things against better teams that are like you, because they'll take advantage of it and they'll beat the crap out of you. And so they may even be worse than that. It may be a 16 to 20 point loss, but I'll say 15.
Okay.
Which I think is good, because I think that'll help them prepare them for Kansas, which is who I wanted to beat.
Well, they ain't going to beat Kansas. So.
Woo! You never know, man. They might just have one of those days they can't miss. But I really think they could shoot 60% and lose. And you say, how do you do that? I've seen it done. Indiana one shot 69%, 69 to 71% against Kentucky, and Kentucky beat them one year because they only hit 40% of their free throws. And they lost. They lost at the free throw line. And I go, you got to be kidding me. How do you shoot 69 freaking percent and lose to a team? I go, how do you do that? It seems impossible, but it can happen. There's so many ways that you can win or lose a game in college basketball. There's so many ways.
Yeah, you can have a guy be hurt. A couple of your stars be hurt, or they could foul out real quick.
Well, early foul trouble kills you. Early foul trouble. You get 3 fouls right off, you're in trouble. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I got to take the dogs out.
I'll see you.
I'll see you. Bye.